We're live. Thank you, Rich. I like how everybody, we still had the music page up, but they could hear you just say two.
Dude.
Oh, good times. Okay, hey everybody. Welcome to High Shelf Gaming. We are going to be playing some Cyberpunk Red tonight. This is the beginning of Chapter 3 for us, which is super exciting. Let's see here. I just got a text. Somebody somewhere is telling me awesome things. Okay, good. I was worried that somebody had texted me that there was a problem. I'm going to turn this off. We, of course, are beginning Chapter 3 tonight. Very excited for that. Before we do, though, let's talk about what we're up to. First of all, Rich, you have been taking over the
About
stream a bit.
6-1.
You have been taking over the stream a fair bit, making
Oh.
some modules and playing some muds. Dude, I didn't even know there was a mud category in Twitch, and we found it. And now you're running some muds, which is lots of fun.
We're the only two people in the mud.
That's right. Yeah, and all these muds have been playing for like 20 years or something ridiculous. So it's like there's people with god tier power, and then there's you, first take character.
Level 4.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty great. So yeah, definitely check it out. If we're on at a random time, it's probably Rich doing something, right?
And the card will be all wrong because I'll just be doing something I want to do and I'm stealing the stream. So it's kind of working out really good. I'm loving it. I like it.
Good, good. And then Ethan, we just wrapped up our first mystery for horrific spooky gaming, and that was really nice. That was a lot of fun. Very intense there at the end.
That's a little softball for you guys.
Yeah.
Just get you started, get your feet wet.
Yeah. And we're going to pick that up again in November?
Yeah, probably late November.
Okay.
Get my semester stuff sorted.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be real good.
Cool.
And then this Tuesday, we are going to be playing some Werewolf the Apocalypse, which is my first RPG. And we've got Cyberwolf. Connor is in that game, along with we're gonna have a new character, Jay, who's a buddy of mine from Twitter, joining us for that session, along with Casey and Katrina. So that'll be lots of fun. And we'll continue to explore Seattle and its werewolfness and all of that good stuff. Wednesday nights we play Blades in the Dark. Mike, we are really close to episode 30 on Blades in the Dark.
I think we're actually past episode 30.
Oh.
I think last week might have been 30.
Oh my god.
Last week might have been 30 gameplay episodes plus a session 0 before that.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
But I would have to double check the files for that one.
Yes.
Well, that's a good way to end it then. They'll be on episode 30 and have that kind of drama at the end. Go watch it, guys. It was really good at the end.
Yeah. That was a lot of juice right there.
Cheers
at the end there.
that.
We're talking about getting all of those VODs onto YouTube. We have to figure that out because like we weren't moving them into YouTube, and now that we're 30 episodes in, going, man, we should really put this on YouTube. So there's going to be a bit of a hike to get those all onto YouTube, but we'll do it. We're going to get it done.
Just gotta move them around.
What was that?
So we still got them all. We just got to move them all around.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll get all the Blades in the Dark episodes on YouTube when we can, just because that's a big lift. I know that it's going to be a bit of a project. Then, immediately after that, after Wednesday night, Thursday night, we're going to have World Building with Legend Keeper again, which is a monthly show that we do with the maker of Legend Keeper, Braden. We are going to have Braden, myself, Icarus Games again, Anto, and we have a new buddy on, Adam, who makes like a random tavern generator and a really cool bestiary or bestiary, depending on how you want to say it, along with all of the like real world lore where all of the D&D monsters come from, which is kind of cool to have that sort of research at your fingertips. So we're going to have that on Thursday night. Unfortunately, it means that we had to take Patrick out of the rotation, but we'll get Patrick back in the next time we do another World Building with Legend Keeper. So looking forward to that. Just a packed week for us, right? Because we got today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Cyberpunk again on Saturday. So it'll be a full week of High Shelf Gaming-ness, which is awesome.
I may jump on after Wednesday. We'll see.
Sweet. Oh, that'd be
Depends
fun.
on how drunk I get during your Twitch stream.
Are you done with your module that you wanted to make?
No, level 2 needs to be finished,
Okay.
and then I'm done, and I'll put together a team, and we'll play it.
Awesome. Play it on stream, maybe. That'd be really fun.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah. Let everybody see what your drunken ramblings have come up with.
Oh, you got to blame some of the people even in this room right here for some of the action that's going to happen.
Some of the ideas that showed up.
Yeah, I see
Vari-
Michael looking at.
vari-
I don't know what he's
various-
talking about.
Various mules and super mules. Yeah. Spoiler alert, folks. There will be mules in this dungeon that Rich has created. Okay, so let's get into Cyberpunk. Let's get into Cyberpunk Red. We ended chapter 2 with a bit of a resolution. One, Sacramento sucks.
That's a fucking understatement.
Rule 1, Sacramento sucks. Rule 2, never go back to Sacramento.
Yes. Do we need a third Sacramento rule?
Don't think so.
If you see anybody from Sacramento, don't talk to them.
Right.
Refer to rule
Ignore
2.
them.
Yeah, they're sus, is what it is. If they're from
Yep.
Sacramento, they are sus.
Mm-mm.
So, so we are coming back into Night City. We are riding on a super long train. It's probably close to a half-mile long because it's a combination of your steel train that has a bunch of steel to finish the arcology that's getting constructed in Westbrook, being done by the Chrome Oxy family. And then it's like 3 more trains that Big Iron family had stolen off the rail lines. And those 3 trains have like consumer goods, raw goods, probably some like foodstuffs, some like rice and corn and things that can last a long time, gourds maybe. But either way, they have, train loads full of stuff. And so it's this incredibly long train with lots of engines. And you all have been driving or rolling into town. The rail yard, let's pull up the map of Night City. Real quick, I'm going to move all of you over to the Night City map. The rail yard, oh God, I'm crazy zoomed in. That is awesome. Let's zoom out. Roll 20, come on. I love you, but I don't. Okay. The rail yard in Night City, in my world, I don't know where Mike Pondsmith has it, but in my world, the rail yard is down here in the Haywood Industrial Zone.
Let's make a phone call, see if we can get that figured out real quick.
Yeah. Just ping those guys like, hey, where are you putting the rail yard? Because that's what I need to know right now for this game. So it's in the Haywood Industrial Zone. And the rail lines come in from the west and the south. LA feeds Night City. And then also there's a mountain pass, a mountain tunnel that from the west. Or not the west, my God, the east. Because we're in California. That's the west coast. So it's got to be
Comes
east.
from the ocean.
Yeah, no, it doesn't come from the ocean.
The sea trains.
The sea trains.
Giant tunnel.
That's right.
Right to China.
Yeah, that's right. So, and
They're
actually, we do
boring.
have a giant.
Sacramento. We were in Atlantis the whole time.
That's right. That's right. So, that train comes from Sacramento. So kind of north. It comes from the north and then heads down through the valley until it enters a long ass tunnel through the mountains. And that long ass tunnel is occupied by Scavin, which didn't give you guys any problems this time around. Oddly enough, after getting skunked twice and seeing a like quarter-mile, half-mile long train covered in nomads, just covered in nomads. The whole family of the Big Iron family was there. You all had your drone from that Oz, the great and powerful Oz, had stolen. You all had a bunch of other stuff protecting that train, and Scavin said, you know what? We're not going to mess with them this time. Right?
That would have been wise.
We're going to let this one roll.
That's a lot. That is a lot of folks.
Yeah, we're going to let
Think
that
on
one.
at once.
Yeah. Especially because the train is rolling like super slow. Because it's so long, it really doesn't have the braking power to go real fast down these lines. So you've all been on this train for probably a couple of days, really. just because of like how carefully you have to move that much heavy load, with, you know, maybe fewer engines than you need, or at the very least fewer brakes. That's engines is fine. It's the amount of braking power you have that squirrels you up. And when you all got on the other side of the mountains, you reached out to Chromoxy and let them know, hey, we got your train and we're coming. And almost immediately, Chromoxy dispatched Mono, played by Hugo. So Mono shows up, rolls up like on a motorcycle, and just gets, hops onto the train, hauls their motorcycle up onto the train. And Mono is this dapper looking fellow with this like bright ass jacket. And you all have met Mono once before, way back in chapter 1. Mono was the bodyguard for one of the Chrome Oxy foremen. And Mono is here to basically get eyes on the steel and to make sure it gets to the rail yard where Night City can then bring the steel over to Westbrook for the arcology. So Mono's like primary goal tonight is the final delivery of the steel, and to just be here, just to be part of the last mile, basically. And also joining us tonight, we have Dot Bin, played by Richie Rich. So here's our guy, Dot Bin.
Hey, Dave. Am I below you or are you below me?
You are below me.
Oh.
I don't
want to.
Dot Bin here is a net runner. We had you on during the what was the session when we were doing Razor Ball?
Yeah, Razor Ball
with what's his name? What was his
Zorn.
With Zorn. Yeah, and I was hacking and having a party in the bathroom. It was a great time.
Yeah, that was episode 3 was an episode. So yeah, Dot Bin, you were here. I'm going to say that you were in Sacramento this whole time, just quietly doing your net running thing, not really involved.
I kind of go by this alias 2-bit sometimes. So, I kind of just been sneaking around. Sometimes I'm Dot Bin, sometimes I'm 2-bit. I'm cagey.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, why does it not? I dislike how Roll20 sometimes just doesn't remember what I like. So here you two are. And of course, we have Dexy on the line, played by Mike. Let's get Dexy showing his nameplate. And Dexy, you are the group's fixer. Big thing on Dexy, you're the one who made the promise to the Big Iron family that you have a bunch of fixers in town that can like fence their stuff. They're 3 stolen trains worth of goods. You're like, oh, I have buyers for that stuff. I super promise.
Do that. It's not no problem there at all.
Right. So yeah, Dexy is here to help them get established, kind of do some make good, right? Because they're low on cash, they're low on reserves, and all of that good stuff. And of course, we have Silas, played by Ethan. Silas, you're our solo and gun arm. Huh?
One of them tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We have 2 solos tonight, which is fantastic.
And I'm totally expecting like a Legolas and who was the dwarf guy? Gimli?
Yeah.
Yeah. When the shooting starts, you guys just start counting.
That sounds just about right.
No.
Yeah.
Now, Silas, it has been a month since you've been back to Night City. You actually left straight from Night City to go get your augments done in the mountains.
Indeed. An undisclosed location.
Right. And this is your first time back in Night City, rolling on this like slow ass heavy iron train. Right. And you can see the city coming up, right? I mean, Night City, even in its rebuilding phase, is still huge, right? You all are coming in at night, so you've got all this light pollution, bouncing off the sky. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it has its own like pillar of light, just coming up. So even before you see it, you see the light up over the hills, and then you kind of get into this. You're starting to go downhill, right, towards the coast, And, something about trains, when it's a heavy load and it's going downhill like that, they go ahead and start braking. Because, just gravity is going to get you home at this point. So y'all are, you have the zzz of the wheels as you're, just kind of controlling speed, rolling downhill into Night City. And, of course, we have Vinton, played by Casey. Vinton, you are buffer than ever.
Lot of working out in Sacramento. Lot of working out.
Is that what you call it? What we do?
Hey. Spent some time in the prison. Maybe pissed off the leader of the prison. Got people killed a lot of people. Ran a lot. You get in really good shape when you're jumping across buildings and jumping out of buildings.
Yes.
That's right.
For the right scratch, we could expunge that record of yours.
I'm pretty sure Helios did that for me when he decided to throw a 102 millimeter shell through the building of Smud.
Twice.
Expunge.
Twice.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just hope it was that computer. That's the one. That guy's office. He had the paperwork on his desk.
This server specifically.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you twice.
It had all vented stuff on it.
Yes.
Just let's hope. We know that's not true, but let's hope.
Yeah, and
Look,
just
we don't have to find out.
Yeah, just to pull up again the visuals of Smud HQ. I'm gonna show this to all the players. So imagine this structure now has two large through and through holes in it. Because
Through and through, that's not good.
I gotta tell y'all, what they used in the gun was not some military round that's intended to explode on impact and all that junk. No, it was a hunk of metal, right? Because that's what he had.
Like a crazy railgun.
Was a huge hunk of metal. That's what they tossed.
Was that a hunk of our metal that they used?
Please.
Yeah, they seemed to have a bunch of metal available to them.
Man.
Wow, I wonder where they got it.
Yeah. Y'all remember, you got to keep the I-beams. That's what you cared about. And there was also scrap metal in there that apparently they'd sold some or used and just made two steel rounds.
On one hand, frustrated. On the other hand, fuck Smud.
Right.
Necessity. The mother of invention.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd those rounds end up?
Right.
After
Right.
they went through.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
There's more city around.
yeah, there was some city nearby. And just for I don't know, just for morality's sake, I'll say that the other impact site on the ground was the prison admin building that's on the campus or whatever. It's got to be some other smud building right there next to it. Kind of.
Could a playground.
Yeah, it was not a playground. No way. That's
Cool.
not in my game. No.
Couldn't just let it land on the Duke's house.
No, the Duke's house is the prison. No.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
No way. That
Two birds in one.
No,
Through
no,
Smud
just-
HQ
no.
into the prison.
Duke,
All right, cool.
the Duke lives on, and the Duke remembers.
I know he does.
How many bits do people have to buy in the channel for the other one to hit the prison?
Let's just
the donation goal.
What is
Let's just-
what is $10 worth of bits? It's 1,000 or something.
I think so.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
So 1,000 bits, and one of those rounds hit something that the Duke cares about. Not the Duke, but something that the Duke cares
Something
about.
he cares about. That was my favorite hot dog stand.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
To give the crew, to give the audience what Vinton has personally done, I've put a hit out on the Duke, and then thank you, Jagos, if you're in the chat because I'm not on Twitch right now. Apparently, I used my armor truck to hit his nephew and put him out as well. So I've just been racking it up
Yep.
with that man.
Yep. Exactly.
In Sacramento, and he'll never show up again.
Yeah. And the thing about the Duke is, he has some kind of mysterious network of resources that allows him to go out and assassinate people.
Yep.
Right.
You mean the game master?
All of me? No, that would be way too powerful for the Duke. I mean, like everybody dies. So the Duke is a person of a means who is the head criminal in a prison. Yeah, that's fun.
Man, Texas sounding real good right about now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe our time in California is generally limited at this stage. To borrow from Blades in the Dark, there's a clock.
Here's a clock.
Right. The clock is the Duke finds Vinton.
The clock is the amount of destruction Silas puts to Night City before the end of this chapter.
That's right. So you're all coming into town. And again, it's dark, right? And you've been in this tunnel under the mountains for like, I want to say maybe most of a day, right? Just because of the pacing of the train. And you all were worried about a fight, so there's probably a little bit extra caution, right? Some scouts going up ahead and all that kind of stuff. And nothing ever materialized going through that tunnel. And so when you get out of the tunnel, there's a bunch of messages. Vinton, you've got messages from Benny asking for like what your status is, what's the situation, haven't heard from you in a few hours. You've got Silas. You have a message from Dr. Weiss.
Oh.
And it's a short list of names. It's 5 names. And I will give those to you off cam. Because I imagine that Silas does not go around sharing that list with anybody.
Okay. Of course he does.
Yeah, no.
I would like to hack Silas's email, please.
Yep. Yeah, you do.
Just kidding.
It's nothing but links to hamsterdance.com. Because Silas is too smart for you.
Is he?
Dr. Weiss is too smart.
There it is. Dr. Weiss is too smart.
The person who programmed his phone is.
Yes.
Who got all the security on his phone is smart, but silent, no.
That is exactly right.
Cool.
Rich, wait, hold on. Rich, how did you do the thinking emoji on my scared face?
I just used the little adapter
Oh my God,
points.
that's
yeah.
amazing to me.
Isn't that awesome?
Also, you got to add some channel points rewards, man. I got 90,000 of these things just sitting here.
Will you help me do that? I have no idea how to do that. Well,
You can put
somebody in the
little
world,
sunglasses on you too if you want.
please help me do that because I have no idea how to do any of those things. Okay.
Got some good ones.
Dexy, you, on the other hand, have a couple of very important messages. Dexy, you get a message from, looking at my Legend Keeper of all the NPCs. Legend Keeper is amazing, folks. You have a message
for a good way to keep track of the things in your campaign or creative writing project or just your life in general. Then
that's right.
Let's talk about Legend Keeper. It's
all right,
packed with vitamin C. It's okay, cool.
So you have a message from Hitchens. Saying Hitchens reaches out to you and says, "Hey, Dexy, I heard the Midnight Runners were coming back into town. I hope it's soon. I have a job for you. Please contact me immediately." You also have a message from Ember. Ember is a fixer that you're aware of. I don't know that Dexy has met Ember, but Ember knows that Dexy is a fixer for the Midnight Runners, and she is reaching out to you. And she kind of begins her message with, "Hey, Dexy, I hear you're one of the fixers for the Midnight Runners. I think we should talk. Contact me at your earliest." And you receive both of these messages at midnight. Looking at the timestamps of when they were sent to you, they were both sent, middle of the day, so 12 hours ago, kind of thing. And no follow-up messages since, so nobody's like trying to beat down your door from these two.
That's Ember.
Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. You broke up a little bit there.
I said I'm trying to remember Ember.
Oh yeah, Ember.
I don't remember if that's somebody that we.
Let's
Dad's
pull up-
She's-
Dad's the Borg.
yeah.
She's got the Borg for a dad and held,
Dad.
Let's show.
you
Let's show
know,
Ember the
Spring
players.
and Taw hostage.
And the notable thing about Ember is that her skin, head to toe, is fully chrome. She has one of the kind of old world fashion chrome augments. And the end result of Ember's chrome skin is that when she doesn't want to express anything, she expresses nothing. Right? She can just be mechanically still at any point that she desires. So any emotion that she does display
That
is
was
entirely...
helpful for. She was helping to connect it again to me. It's like, wait, was that the one where like I pulled the pins out of their grenades? It's like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that was
Not
fun.
looking forward to returning that call.
Yep. Yeah, and Ember's dad is Low Tech. I'll just pull up Low Tech as well real quick. So Low Tech is her father. He is a full Borg conversion of old world Arasaka. He apparently fought in the Fourth Corporate War, survived, and is on an age. And the rumor around the Midnight Runners is that he has dementia or some other, mental ailment that impacts you with age. There is medication for this kind of thing. It's just tough to come by, tough to produce in the time of the Red. So it's one of those things where Ember is likely fighting to, keep her dad in spare parts because Borgs are expensive to maintain, and probably also on the hunt for medication to help his mental state. And the last time the Midnight Runners dealt with Ember and Low Tech, it was to help repair part of his cybernetics. That was something that Spring had done, which was a short-lived player character in the crew. Spring is...
There was for Spring.
Yep, exactly. And Ta had done as well. So the two of them had performed some cyber surgery, gotten Low Tech back into better functioning order and all of that good stuff in a way to kind of like make amends with Ember and Low Tech after unwittingly stealing all of their cybernetics out of the Horus and Lipicow gas station.
You did that.
Which you were involved in.
Walk with a limp from it, yeah.
Yeah, you still have that limp from those 3 grenades that went off at your in that room with you.
But you lived.
You did live.
God, take that.
It's the Midnight Resort Hermano. It's like, but did you die?
You didn't, right?
No, there's a very short list of people who answered that question, yes, unfortunately. Or fortunately, or anyway.
I think just one so far.
Yeah. Is this like too late to be trying to call Hitchens? Or... I'm not calling a random stranger at midnight for sure. That was like
right. Yeah. So give me a local expert. Because along with those messages, you're also going to be getting some like news. Now that you're closer to the broadcast towers here, you can start to get news from Night City. That's broadcast on the local line. Oh, nice, dude. I forget that you have really good local expert. That's awesome. So yeah, you're kind of digging through the message boards and the Garden, which is a local news outlet, and it's kind of like social media for Night City, the Garden. And so you're digging through there, and turns out the old Corp Center right here, aka the Hot Zone, where the nuke went off, Ground Zero, right? Irradiated, war zone, terrible place to be. Turns out that Hitchens and a number of interested parties are holed up in the pit of where Arasaka HQ used to be. Hitchens is apparently underground with what people have learned to be her mother, as a full Borg, Arasaka Borg, is on the surface, securing the surface now with backup. And the understanding is that Hitchens has been down there for days, and that it has been an on-again, off-again active war zone in this old corpse center area as supposedly Hitchens has found something and is bartering pieces of it away to gain security, get favors from people, hold on to this cachet that she has found. And rumor has it that her mother hasn't slept in 4 days. And has been in basically a state of constant or near constant combat that entire time.
Do Borgs, how do they sleep? How does that work?
Right. It's one of those things where a couple of days for that equipment is probably not a big deal. But when you get onto that kind of sustained effort, at some point, some hinges are gonna seize up. Some things are gonna start to have a problem. Even if like she's smoothly killing everything that's getting near her, just the equipment itself eventually gets hot, right? And so there is apparently a relief security force there allowing her to cool off. That's the big thing, is dealing with heat management, right? Allowing her to cool off and that kind of thing. But effectively, that old broad has been working, what is that? 20-hour days for a number of days now.
Damn tootin', she's protecting her child.
That's right. That's right, because down in that hole where Hitchens is digging is her daughter. And Gravia is not going to go down easy. So I'll give you those pieces. And you imagine that Hitchens probably isn't sleeping much either as a result of that.
I don't know. Yeah, I probably wouldn't find it easy to take a nap in that situation. I'm sure you figure it out, but
yeah, exactly.
Find a spot like sitting on top of the train to call Hitchens from, where like if I had it on FaceTime, I could move the camera so Silas is visible in the background.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. You can you totally voice call Hitchens. And let me pull up Hitchens real quick. Hitchens, this face I might change later. Oh no! Why are you like? Oh whoops! I did not mean to do that. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I made it into the GM overlay. That's dumb. Move it to layer, token layer. Thank you. Okay. So this is Hitchens. You FaceTime Hitchens. And so I'll do the TV show thing. I'm going to put Silas, Dexy, nice and big Dexy. And I'll put you guys in a video call with Hitchens. And Silas, you're just in the background. What is Silas doing while he's in the background of this shot?
I think he's probably just looking at the city.
Okay.
Just look like he's lost in thought, maybe a little bit.
Sure. So he's like standing there, just kind of like.
Yeah, kind of just arms crossed, just looking.
Yep. And so Hitchens, you call up Hitchens. She's got big bags under her eyes. And you can see that like her eyes are a little red just from exhaustion. And she looks at you and says, Dexy, it's good to see you.
See you too.
And
your message sounded a little tense. It sounds like things are a little
her
exciting in a bad way there.
Her voice echoes as if she's in a smaller room. And just the sound of her voice and now your stuff is kind of bouncing around in this room a little bit. And you can see that it's like a gunmetal gray wall behind her. There's the sound of like some sort of like blowtorch or arc welder in the background, like clicking away. And you every so often her face is illuminated by the flash of that like magnesium white, hot flame of whatever's going on in the room behind the camera, right? And she looks at you and says, "Yeah, things are a little weird here." She says, "Hang on a second. Is that Silas in the background? Is that?"
Yeah. We're coming back to town. I thought you'd have one little peek.
Yeah. Okay. It's good to see him, but I see somebody's gotten to him. That's too bad. Anyways, enough of that. Here's the sitch. I am in a hole in the ground, and I got a lot of heavy stuff that needs to be moved out of here. And I'd really like it if my favorite little nomad tribe of movers could show up and help me get this stuff out of here. Most of it's unbolted. We're kind of getting close to ready to move. Number one, I need my mom out of here. I need her to rest. And number two, I need all this gear in here to get out of here safely. So my hope is that here in the next couple of days, you all can make your way here with the fire and hate that I know that Midnight Runners can bring. Help us buy an hour or two while we get loaded up, and then get us out of the hot zone. I don't care where you get us to, just so long as it's not the hot zone.
Let me make the rounds with some of the other members of the family here. I can find out what we can do for you.
Okay. All right. And if it's a no, tell me immediately. All right. I've been kind of holding out, waiting for you guys. I have another option that is, frankly, less good. So please let me know.
I'll start making calls now and I'll get back to you ASAP.
All right. And she hangs up.
Yep.
Probably to pass out, right? She may not even remember that she had that conversation with you. That's how exhausted she looked. So, yeah. And boop, call gone. And yeah, you all continue to roll into Night City under the dark of night. You have a couple of destinations that you need to hit up first, right? You have the rail yard down here where the steel needs to go, right? Because once it gets there, it can get offloaded and all that kind of stuff. But before you get there, the good folks of the Big Iron family want to be dropped off here in New Westbrook, where there's an old water park, an old abandoned water park called Red Rum Water Park, which has been occupied by the Bloods, which is a nomad nation. Think old world gang, the Bloods. They reinvented themselves as a nomad nation and are still out there in the time of the Red, and they are entertainers. And they are leaving that water park, and the Big Iron family thinks that that's a place where they can hold up and make their own. And they also have been working with you to establish a couple of contacts. Dexy, if you don't mind, I'd love to do a fixer skill to figure out what kind of contacts you've lined up for them for their various goods.
Okay. Yeah. Sick. Fixers. All right. Hey, there we go.
Yeah. Do I need to? Here, I'll pull up your character sheet real quick. Dexy. There you are. There you are, baby. Pop you out. But I'm not allowed to show everybody the skill list, okay? Sorry, folks at home, I can't show you the skill list, but I can look at it over here. So, yeah, I think that what we're looking for here is probably initially
reach might be finding buyers for that kind of thing, or like arranging like a marketplace for buyers of that sort of thing to come to.
Yep. I like that. Let's see here.
But yeah, my operator skill is 5.
Okay, so with that, Okay, cool. So let's do that. This is fun. So you maybe have already set up some of the groundwork for this. So at this water park, right at the Red Rum Water Park, you have already set into motion that there's going to be a night market, right? Where this train is going to pull up, and the family is going to be able to basically wholesale unload as much stuff as they possibly can to get as much cash as they possibly can to
We've got 3 trains of stuff. Everything must go.
yeah, exactly down to the cars, right? They want to get rid of the engines, they want to get rid of the cars. They got to keep enough for their own like needs, but they want all this to disappear, right? Because it's all stolen, it's all hot. It's all got to go like now. And so yeah, you can set up your night market. The let's say it's going to start at 2 a.m. And you've got this crew here, of course, protecting it. You've got the Big Iron family, of course, protecting it. And it's kind of like a Big Iron family yard sale, plus other fixers that want to show up and do a little bit of swapping, right? So you go to set that up, and I want to say, let's do like another local expert, but toss in your operator skill, just to see like maybe how big of a crowd you're able to swing together for this thing.
Okay. Yeah, so here is local expert, and then operator is another +5.
Cool. So 20 total. Nice. I'm into that. So yeah, your expectation is you're going to have another 4 fixers showing up to barter some of their stuff. But there's a bunch of guys that are going to show up looking for wholesale pricing on a lot of gear, right? And so let's go ahead and move us to the water park. The Red Rum Water Park is an old abandoned water park out on the edge of Night City. It formerly was inspired by The Shining. It has the Timberline Lodge where you get to stay and not leave. Every room comes with a typewriter that can only type out a specific phrase over and over and over again. There's all the like big water slides are like bloody, right? It's all like red colored water. And it's like notoriously dangerous, right? It's like people would like fall off the rides, or they would like drown in one of the drop pools. It's one of those water parks that was very like, let's make some shit up and like let's just have some rides that are like not engineer tested or any of that kind of stuff. So like high action, high fun, and man, if you didn't have some chrome when you went in, you might not have made it, right? And they got the old maze out back where a Borg chases you around, and don't let them get you, kind of thing. That park did not make it, right? After the time of the Red, there just wasn't the market for that kind of high-end adventure like there was during the time of 2020. So you go to this old water park, and the train passes behind the back end of it, right? And you've got this like front area here where you have all of the people to show up and join you for that market. So I'm going to toss Dexy in there. Mono, you're here too, of course. Make you guys a little bigger. And let's see here. Where's the rest of my kids? Where's the rest of my peeps? Oh, Vinton, you're
Oh yeah, this water park is a mess. It sounds like it was a death trap to begin with. It's all shut down now. It's abandoned, right?
right.
So we don't have any blood streaming around anywhere.
Well, so
Yet.
yeah, so yeah, right. Yeah. Now think of it like all the pools are like filled with stagnant water, right? There's like that layer of foam and moss on top, or not moss, but like algae on top. Clearly one of the pools was designated as the toilet, right? So whoever like stays here for a while, there's just one that's like, that's the toilet. Right? And there's all these others. Like, there's actually a couple that have been cleaned up, right? And so there is, like, far away from the toilet pool is a place where, like, people would go swimming. It's like whoever occupies this park had at least cleaned up one of them, so there was a place to cool off and swim here at this abandoned water park. And the Big Iron family are happy to take over this park while they spend some time in Night City. And I have Silas. Where you at? There you are. Get you here. I'll make all y'all bigger. Oh, 1 second, folks. I gotta give my kiddo a hug. 1 second. Hey, hugs. Oh, mwah.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you wave to everybody? Hi.
Say hi. We're all
Hi.
going to the water park.
Hey, little one.
All right, bud. All
He
right,
loves it.
time to go. Love you. Okay.
Wholesome content everybody expects out of a cyberpunk RPG.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now the part where we start murdering people.
Yes, a smooth moment of wholesomeness. Yeah, exactly.
Murder.
Have a good night, son. Okay, so they turn around and they shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my little heart just melted. Okay. Cyberpunk, Grizzly, shit sucks. It's awful here. Okay, cool. I'm back. Train pulls up, slows, comes to a stop. Right. The Big Iron family unloads. They begin the process of unloading some of the goods they want to fence early and start staging things. Right. You've got a couple hours before the actual show begins. What do you all want to do during your prep time for the night market?
Okay,
One,
is there anywhere I can jack in?
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Do a scan. So that's your. There should be a scan skill on your character sheet to look around for networks.
Interface.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interface will do it.
All right. I click the button. What
Okay,
happened?
cool. So, the only network around is the train itself.
Oh, I was hoping for cameras.
Yeah, right.
No cameras.
You start walking the park, and all the places where cameras used to be, those have all been ripped out, along with all the copper, along with anything of value in this park. It's all been ripped.
Hooligans.
It's all been stolen over the years.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, no.
I go on the comms, kill them all.
Ben, we're not here to kill anybody, but I do have something for you to do. I need you to now, David. Would it be wise to try to have him finagle the identification number of the train to where it either belongs to us or subcontract with somebody who's associated with Midnight Runners? Because we yoinked that train and it don't belong to us, and there ain't no way that yard's going to let us in with that steel. That's what's on Vinton's mind.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you have the problem of the two engines and the computer car that you stole from Night City have like the big engine numbers on the front of it, right? And the computer car, of course, self-identifies as like such and such computer car belonging to so and so and all of that kind of stuff. You guys have probably like turned off those things while it didn't matter, but once you start getting closer to the Haywood Industrial Yard, they're going to want you to turn all that stuff on. Train,
Right.
identify yourself kind of thing.
Right. And is there a way for me to roll like a tactics to try to find some kids or somebody to change the numbers of the train while we're waiting? Because right now we're waiting, right?
I'm fine with y'all just repainting those. That's not going to be tough.
Okay.
I
Right?
thought
Cool.
Finn
But
would
then that-
send me out on paint duty.
No. We need to get the steel into Night City.
Yep.
And we have a elite hacker. Well, one right now because the other one's not too busy driving the train.
That's right.
And I need those numbers
man.
changed.
That's right. Train man is driving. Yeah. So, Ben, you could get. Oh Oh, my apologies. You're right. I did mess up your name, didn't I? Romp. Everybody told me. and I-
Alias. I'm so deep dark web. I got multiple names, bro.
It's
Okay.
aliens.
Well, I want everything to be right. So, boom. Done. Okay. So yeah, you guys are. You can start looking through the train, and it's like, it's what is that? What is it when ships and planes self-identify themselves? What is that?
The transponder.
Transponder. There it is. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're looking for the transponder. So .bin, why don't you give me another interface as you start diving that net on the train looking for the thing. Okay, good stuff. So
How
with
about the exact same number before?
yeah. So a 13 with interface is really good because interface has a lower difficulty level than everything else. So yeah, you find it. You find the control node for the transponder in the network of the train itself. It's a pretty tough thing to break into because that's one of those deals where like that's the last thing they want you fucking with, right?
Yeah, time to backdoor that baby.
Yeah, so let's do backdoor is a fine enough skill. Let's go ahead and do backdoor and see if you can just bust into that thing. Okay, so 12 is not quite enough. You're gonna have to be working at this sucker for a little while. And it like does a reset thing where it makes you wait an hour before you can mess with it again.
Okay.
So otherwise, back outside with setting up for this night market. You know you've got some other crews showing up. You know you've got some like other fixers and that kind of thing. What do y'all want to do to make the night market kind of safe for everybody that's going to be showing up?
I can roll tactics, maybe get everybody in a. If anybody else has tactics, we all three of us who do the shooting can roll tactics and see what we can come up with.
I like it.
Yeah, I can definitely help, but I would say my main focus is just making sure that, I mean, the steel is secure. So I can definitely help out, but my main focus is really the train, just the
Gotcha.
steel portion.
Yeah, how would Mono want to make sure that while all the attention is on the goods getting sold, that the steel itself doesn't get kind of pilfered? How do you?
Yeah,
What do you want to do there?
So in this case, is it all mixed up? Like whatever they are selling off, is it in the same area as the steel, or is it like separate?
Great question. The first half of the train is steel.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Okay.
rest of the train is all the other stolen junk. So
Got it.
So your stuff is all in one area on this train, and is expected to be disconnected and moving on with the Big Iron family and all of their goods staying behind.
So probably I can work out with Vinton and just figure out if we
Yeah.
can like set up a perimeter. So basically, whoever's coming in here just to buy the rest of the stuff, I don't really want them even near of where the steel is.
Yeah.
I want to be able to
Understood.
identify anyone who gets near. Just be upfront. Is like anyone who gets near gets a bullet in their head. That's it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Big Iron family is here. They've got lots of people that are trained at keeping trains safe and secure, right? So it would be fine to task a couple of them. Mono, why don't you, because Vincent, you're already on another task right now. Mono, why don't you do persuasion for me to see how many folks help you out with protecting the train?
Ooh, okay, got it. Not my strong suit, but let's see.
Okay. Well, so the Big Iron family like does owe everybody here a favor. They don't necessarily owe Mono a favor, right? Mono is obviously new, so you do get some people, right? You get a couple of people, but it's not their best shooters, right? It's it's their B team. You can kind of tell just by sizing these guys up. Like all the good ones are gonna go protect the market, and you've got 10 people with shotguns and rifles that are going to stand around. And 10 people is a lot.
Got it.
But you can just tell, like, these aren't the guys with, the cyber augmented eyes, so they're going to be kind of peering into the dark. They're setting up some lights, like, oh, sure, yeah, we'll set up this stuff. But you can tell that this is B team.
Man. Okay, so if I'm only getting softies, I'll make sure, they at least work as a meat shield. So I mean, I just want to at least I'll take a couple of hits, so that should give me enough time just to deal with anything that comes up.
Love it. Love it. So you get them to all like position up kind of
So
away from the
cold.
train to look out and around and just be the first line of taking shots is what you said.
Pretty much.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I did roll a 15 for my tactics, so maybe I can help in that and get them.
You're doing the market, dude.
I'm doing the market.
That's a
okay.
Yeah, you said you wanted to do the market, right? So there's a whole big deal because you've got your crew, you've got Big Iron Family, you've got all the junk that they're bringing down from the trains. You've got to protect the path from the train to where the market is, right?
Mhm.
So that's a huge mess. And then you've got these other factions coming in, right? And so you're playing like kind of like security wedding planner, right?
Lovely.
Who's sitting with who, right? You're probably working a little bit with Dexy to figure out some of that stuff, like who can be with whom, kind of deal. And you guys are all getting set up. The night market is just about to open. When Vincent, you spot 3 guys wearing fireman jackets coming walking up.
Shit.
And you've already got fixers here. You've got a bunch of the gear is out. You immediately go to figure out where Silas is. Roll me a perception.
Please don't be anywhere near these fools.
Where am I at, Chief?
I'm panicking and I've done loss for perception.
Can't even find it.
I love
There
it.
we go. Oh, thank God.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you look all over. Silas, where you at, buddy? Because he finds you.
Yeah, I think Silas is probably helping set up,
Okay, cool.
making himself useful.
Beautiful. I love it. So, yeah, you look all over and you spot Silas. He is like getting one of the he's getting one of the stalls set up and is like currently tying something down as these 3 guys wearing fireman's jackets are kind of walking up, ambling up to the market. You know, they showed up a little early, a little bit before start time, probably trying to get like a pre-show deal. Like, hey, let me see the goods early. You know, I'll pay a little extra if it means I get to walk out of here now with it. You get a couple of those early birds.
Cool.
And it looks like this crew is here to do business.
About not to get any business since I deal with Silas here in a minute.
Yeah. So yeah, you see Silas's back is to them right now.
Cool. Hey, Silas.
Yeah, I'll turn and look at you.
I'm making sure my body, because how big I am, is definitely in the way.
You're big. You
Yeah,
got
I
it,
was.
you got it,
I'm
you
big.
got it.
Cool. I need you to go with Mono. We didn't get quite enough guys to guard the train, and though this is pretty important, that steel's more important. I'm gonna need a second line of defense. Also, I got Dot Ben working on something, so why don't you go back them up? Make sure nobody comes through, mess with our train.
All right. Y'all sure you got it in here? Not a focus?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of wannabes. Sure, Dexy and I and the family here can handle whatever happens. You know,
Yeah. Sure.
appreciate you.
Yeah. Are you like doing that game to where it's like Silas goes, you're like moving, trying to make sure?
I am walking next to him, but I'm not being like obvious. I'm trying to hide you from
Okay.
vision of somebody, but I am walking with you back towards our train.
Gotcha. What's the odds I see him? I catch him.
Yeah. Let's do a perception.
0%.
You're gonna let.
See if we
Okay.
get that crit fail. See if we get that crit fail going. Nope.
Cool.
No, ain't got it. It's
Cool.
a 22.
Yeah, so you're walking with Vincent, right? And you're going like Vincent's kind of put you between two containers, right? The two of you are walking between these 2 containers, and behind you, you hear this like Weasley voice that Silas, your back goes cold. You know that fucking voice. You shot that guy on the roof a month ago.
Didn't
And
shoot him again.
you heard him call out to his friends that this guy can't get me. And you hear that same voice behind you somewhere going, what do you mean this is 20 euro? This shit is for 10. And you're like immediately, you know that voice.
Yeah, gun's already out.
Okay.
Silas, nope. Silas, this isn't the place. No, not right now. We will get them. I got a lot of money tied up.
You gonna stop me?
I am going to stand in front of you. You're going to have to shoot through me. Silas,
What I gotta roll? What I gotta roll to get around it? It's on site.
Yeah, athletics.
I've been there. Athletics. Yeah.
What do I got to roll to stop him?
Probably like brawling,
Cool.
because you're gonna try and grab him. It sounds like.
Of course.
Awesome. So
Of course not.
yeah. So yeah, he does one of these like body fakes, and you like, I gotta stop you. I'm sorry, kind of thing, and he just twirls right around you, and he's through the crates going right into the middle of this market. There's people around. Again, it's before the market opens, right? Officially opens. You've got fixers, you've got a Big Iron family, and you've got these three dudes. Silas, you spot them immediately. They're wearing like old, tattered fireman's jackets, right? And the one guy is holding up some like, I don't know, like machete looking thing. And he's got the one arm, his other arm is missing. And he's kind of like doing one of these things saying, there's no way this is worth 20. This is all off balance.
Yeah. Here you go.
While he's getting ready to shoot him, I'm going to radio to mono and everybody basically and be
Sure.
like,
Sure.
all right, going to war. And I pull out my pistol.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 6
Spike.
meters away.
You get 6 meters away.
Slow walk.
Cool.
Just right up to him. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. They are talking to they're talking to somebody in the Big Iron family about these knives in front of them. They're not even looking at you. And the shopkeep that is standing here, they've got their like folding table, and they're talking to them and saying, no, the price is the price. And he kind of glances at you real quick and doesn't know what to make of that, just because you have this steady determination, but you're not moving fast. So he's like, that's weird. And you keep talking to these guys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember what my modifiers for shit is. That's the thing I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I think you have a plus. The last time you did this, you had a +1 to hit.
3, I think.
Oh, was it the +3? Okay.
Well, okay. No, I think it's 3 if it's far away, but it's 1 if I'm up close.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, right, because you don't have
yeah.
you can't use the scope when you're up close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just get my solo stuff really quick because that's
Yeah.
something I don't remember.
But your smart link is active. Your optics in your eye are active.
Yeah.
So it's either a +1 or a +2.
I'm trying. What is it? Combat awareness, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, common awareness. Yeah, and Dexy, you're like talking to one of the new fixers, like, hey, I think it'd be good for you to get set up over here. As you like just out of the corner of your eye, watch Silas move with purpose and determination across the yard. And it's like this moment where Dexy's kind of looking at it, and then you see where he's going to, right as his gun is coming up, and you see the 3 guys in fireman's jackets, and it's just like maybe takes a beat for Dexy to connect the dots, but not long at all.
Yeah. Okay. So I got my points. My points are good. So let's see. Headshot.
As these 3 S-Platoon guys are fighting over the price of a machete.
2.
Headshot.
Okay, there we go. That should be it. I think it's it's gotta be the pistol. He ain't gonna pull out the whole rifle. It takes too long.
Yeah, no.
So we'll just roll that. That should be good. I need a 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got your 13, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what's the damage on your very heavy pistol?
4d6.
Yeah, roll
I'll
that.
roll that up for you
Nice.
there. No crit. 16 damage.
No crit. Okay, gotcha. All right. So
plus 2 because I have my spot weakness, so it's 18 damage.
18 damage. Beautiful. Thank you. So yeah, 18 damage. So there's a cavity where that man's head was. As he drops, the whole place immediately erupts as there's gunfire. going on, completely unexpected. As people are diving behind cover, people are drawing weapons. Let's roll initiative to figure out what happens next. Kind of the order of things. Silas kicks us off. Okay, 15.
I just couldn't be fat. I had to be old.
You
Had to be old.
Oh,
Had to be
man.
an old man.
Oh my god.
Oh, slippery motherfucker. You can't do it.
Yep. So initiative. Silas 15. Silas, are you having any boosters on your initiative?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Because I put 4 into fumble recovery.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
No crit fails, and then 2 points into the spot weakness.
Gotcha. Perfect. Mono, great initiative there. Okay. Casey going blast again. I love it. Vinton.
Oh, too slow, old man.
Okay, good. And then let me do the rest of the crowd is going probably after Vinton. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
why are they attacking Vinton?
No.
I didn't. I was like, I didn't make the
The
shot.
crowd is after him. You know, it's all about the comma, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oxford comma, folks. It's the gem. Okay. Dexy. What are you doing?
I think Dexy is just trying to get over there as fast as possible.
Okay. Yeah. Are you going to Silas or are you going to the guys that Silas is murdering?
I'm not going to get in front of Silas. I'm going to try to get up to Silas.
Okay, cool. I'm going to say at the end of this round, you have to cross a small yard, right? Think of it like your standard parking lot market size thing, right? So you're running across this parking lot. By the end of this round, you're going to be pretty close to Silas, right? So
I got to get to the other side of the flea market. So that's
exactly. And you're pushing past stalls. You're pushing past people, right? I mean, it's not like a straight path for you, as there are there are now things in your way between you and Silas, but you're making your way to Silas.
I kind of envision Dexy like pushing people out of his way, like towards where there's cover. It's like there's a table over there, go that way, like trying to get them out of the way.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, I love it. So you've got your shades on, and you like click them so they're a little bit more clear for you right now, so you can kind of see in the dark.
I got low light vision.
Yeah, well, and there's also probably some lights. You guys are probably set up some lights. But Mono, I want to say that you're closer to the train, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think in this case, I'm probably gonna try to get to high ground so I can get a better look.
You're on the train. You're on the train, and
Yeah.
you can see clear across the water park, and you see Silas just walking across the yard. And I'm going to say you're already up there, right? And you see the report from his gun, and then a moment or two later, you hear less than a second later, you hear the report of the gun, right? As a man collapses, right? And you're pretty sure that man is now 6 inches shorter than he was.
Ah, man. Okay. Okay. So in this case, I just take out my shotgun and I shout at the guys right up front. I mean, it's like, hey guys, it's like no one comes through here. It's like, unless they're part of the group, no one comes through here. You get it? And that's about it.
Yeah, got it. Like they raised their guns like, oh shit. This is a fucking war zone, man.
Welcome to Night City, kids.
You maybe didn't get B team.
Okay, I'm hoping.
You maybe got excitable C team.
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh, no.
so Mono, you're good. Silas, there are now 2 firemen in front of you, or S platoon guys dressed like firemen, is what I should say. These are clearly S platoon.
Yeah, fun fact, my bonus after all the minuses is a 13. And I can't crit fail. So we're going to go for the next one.
Okay.
Oh, 16 again.
Oh my god. Okay. Good stuff. So the guy next to him, next one in line, go ahead and roll your damage on him.
Just 10 that time.
Just 10. Okay, cool. Yeah. So this next one, again, another headshot. As you clip this guy in the jaw, and the jaw is gone. Right. As he turns, with his tongue hanging out, turns to you to kind of begin to understand what in the world is happening to his life. And he'll get an action here in a second. But
Should
yeah,
enjoy that.
oh, sure. He might not.
Yeah, and Silas is still advancing. He hasn't stopped.
Sure. Yeah, Vinton.
What's up? I was making my way, and then I realized I'm just gonna pull out I have my rifle, and I'm gonna pull my rifle out. And what's the minus to? I haven't gone much further past where we were at.
Sure.
So how far am I from them?
I'm gonna say that Silas is probably 10 meters from you, and these guys are probably 13 meters from you.
So what? I need a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing a headshot, what's a headshot? 20.
Headshot is another 8.
Another.
Is this a sniper rifle, or what kind of?
It's a
I got the
carbine.
range bands pulled up.
Yeah.
It's a carbine.
Yeah. So it's
it's considered it's a single action shot rifle. So I don't know if it considers a shot as a sniper or not.
let's just call it the assault rifle, but you don't go full auto with it, just for stats purposes.
Okay. So I'm gonna fire. I'm not gonna go for the headshot though. Armor piercing. So
the guy that he just removed the jaw from, or the guy who's unshot?
No, I'm gonna shoot the guy in front of him, and hopefully that'll drop him.
Okay. So a man missing a jaw takes a round from Vincent, is what I'm hearing.
No, man that has his whole body is taken.
Still intact.
Taken
okay.
Yeah.
Man still intact. Okay, cool. Yeah. Shoot your shot.
Was that shoulder arms?
Yep, shoulder arms, sir.
18.
Look at you. God dang, that's a good hit. Okay, yeah, you hit the guy for sure.
And that is 5d6 damage. Really? 13.
Okay. Yeah, your round slams into the guy. He takes like a half-foot step back as blood starts to come out of his chest.
Cool.
So, good on you. Yeah. And do you want to move at all?
No, I'm if anything, take a knee to get a better aim. Can I aim, or should I do that in the beginning?
I think the rules are that you can aim as your movement.
Okay.
And then get a +1. I could be wrong on that, but I think that you're allowed to, instead of moving, spend that effort aiming, and then draw a +1 from that.
All right. And then I'm going to spend the next time aiming towards the guy that has no jaw, just in case he's dumb enough to move and not pretend he's dead. Though I'm sure Silas is going to take care of it.
Sure. Yeah, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So this round, most of the crowd is diving to cover, drawing guns, and shouting. There's so much shouting that it's kind of hard to understand who's going to be doing what in here. But who here has enhanced audio? Dexy, okay.
Check.
I don't actually. I mean, I have cyber audio, but it's not like it just I have radio link and
Gotcha.
Voice stress analyzer.
Yeah, same. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'll give you on the voice stress analyzer because that's going to be like, even though you haven't studied everybody in the room, it does have some hey, people are scared, right? people are excited, right? And so you get a little bit of that coming in from your brain pan. Most of the Big Iron family are they're generally controlled here, just in tone, right? They are protecting themselves and each other, right? Pulling each other down behind cover, that kind of thing. A couple of the fixers and their protectors are like probably one of those crew is like amped up and is like, all right, boys, we prepared for this kind of thing, like they're getting jazzed, and they're probably going to get involved. And then you've got another crew the rest of the crews are probably all just getting cover right now. So you have one fixer and his bodyguard are looking to enter in the scene. Who knows to what capacity?
We'll
And
find out.
yeah, exactly. Let me grab my dice real quick. My apologies. Should have done that earlier. And Dexy, you also have some stuff, right? Some ear enhancement stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I've got I just had it up. I've got amplified hearing.
Yep. Okay, cool. So you know that the fixer and bodyguard that are gonna involve themselves, these guys are weapons dealers, and you know that they can roll kind of heavy. You know, like full auto, that they aren't super concerned with, you know, shooting first and asking questions later, that kind of thing. Not that they're like unstable, but that they get excited and that they are not afraid to use their tools, right?
They have a hammer. All problems are nails. Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me give these two guys a chance. Okay, cool. The guy without a jaw raises a pistol and shoots wide of Silas. The guy with a jaw also raises an SMG and just sprays and also goes wide of Silas. Vinton, the container next to, gets pack, 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 pack from the SMG. Because Silas, they missed Silas, the rounds went past him and ended up hitting the container next to you.
Then just shrugs and be like, another day. he's just full on like Sacrament all over again.
There it is.
Let's just get this over with.
Yep. Yeah, and the those of you in this area, you hear two guns getting chambered off camera, right? You hear what sounds like either rifles or shotguns getting chambered. And that is this round. Top of the round, Dexy.
So, I think before I was trying to head towards where Silas was at. I can see where the guys who came, like the weapon dealer dude and his bodyguard, that came are at.
You especially with your enhanced audio, you ping that those two guys are right over here to your right. And you glance over and it's absolutely the two that you were worried about. It's Rift and Paco that are getting ready to jump into this fray. And between Silas, the firefighters, between Silas, S-Platoon, and Rift and Paco, there are people between them. And you see these two guys, they've already got armor on. They just kind of showed up that way as they're hefting, you know, one of them has a shotgun and the other one has an assault rifle that they're bringing up to solve the problem.
Dexy's move then is going to be to try to, like, he starts heading towards where Silas is at because, like, oh crap, I don't want Silas to murder everybody in the middle of all this, and then realizes, like, oh crap, if I don't deal with that, they're gonna, like, waste those guys and Silas probably. So, like, Dexy's gonna try to head for those guys and try to, like, no, wait, don't do that. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, right. Okay, so give me your no, don't do that. Please stop.
Is that a haggle roll?
What is that skill? I think that's a persuasion. It's either persuasion or frankly streetwise, right? Because there's going to be some kind of Night City slang that Dexy can throw at them that's like a not your fight kind of thing, right? So I think either of those two are entirely appropriate here, just depending on how Dexy wants to go about calling these dudes off.
I think persuasion is probably Dexy's stronger suit out of those two, mathematically. So
okay, perfect.
And you know what? Night's already rolling, so let's spend like 2 luck on that too.
Yep.
That is
Okay.
19.
Versus they're probably the way I see this is you're trying to convince them of something. They're juiced on the idea of getting into combat. So I'm going to do their will and concentration to see if they stay on their initial task.
No, they run.
They rolled a 1 and then did not do well on that afterwards. So they are up and then down, kind of looking over at you, and
Like, why is this skinny guy getting in front of us?
Yeah.
We're trying to take our shot. Like,
well, Rift knows you, right? The fixer Rift.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, Dexy, but if one of them looks this way, I can't answer for that, okay?
I guarantee that is not going to happen.
Good on you. All right, next up after Dexy, Mono.
Okay, no, I mean, I can see the whole mess around here, but as long as no one's actually getting near the steel, I'm okay.
Sure. Give me a perception. As you're out
Okay.
here, you're doing 360 on this train. You've got all these guys up here.
Okay, go at it.
Okay,
19.
cool. 19. Awesome. Yeah, you do a quick 360 scan. You check in with your teams, right? And your train right now is clear, right?
Got it.
You're looking at the hills out, kind of out on the edge. And with a 19, you do spot that through your enhanced vision, you do spot that there's a couple of heat signatures way out on a hill watching you.
Okay, I'll keep an eye for them as long as I don't get close here to the train or they don't appear to be a threat. I'm okay with it.
Sure. And it's just two, clearly human, right? Like I'm not talking about rabbits and I'm not talking about deer, right? It's like obviously two dudes, people, way out on a hill, just watching. Hey, what is this thing?
Got it.
What do we think about that?
I'm okay. I think right now I'm more concerned about anyone actually getting close in here or this really getting out of hand.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, the perception 19, you spy the spies. Silas.
I mean, gotta finish that one guy off.
Okay. Are you continuing to walk towards them or are you stopping?
I'm continuing to walk towards them.
Okay, at the end of this round, you're going to be like in point blank range.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
That some would say is his favorite range.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Consistent.
You did.
Adds another 8 on that guy. to the
Okay.
head.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take much more to drop this guy without a jaw, because the path to the brainstem is now clear. And so he flies back, bumping into his friend. Blood all over his friend now. And probably like bits of bone fragment or something like that on his friend as he drops. And the guy's like, oh my fucking God, as he tries to maybe do something about the fact that 2 of his friends are now dead. Vinton.
So I was going to just walk right up to him.
Cool. Vinton, you are now in a situation where Silas is blocking you from shooting the last guy.
Like 100%. Like there's no way to.
It's one of those things where like all of your like range training is telling you I've either got to reposition or not take this shot.
I can move and then shoot, right?
Totally.
Then I'm gonna lose my -1, and I'm gonna move into a position to get a shot.
You bust out from between those things and you hustle to get an angle on this guy. You're jumping over people that are cowering behind like lampposts and stuff like that. The cement cylinder lamppost in the middle of a parking lot. There's people crowded behind those. You volley over those guys, get up to a thing, line up your shot, shoot.
Cool. 20.
To your damage.
16.
Okay, cool.
Oof.
Yeah, this guy has been like aiming at Silas as like another round like enters his chest and just throws him to the ground. Like the round did not exit. It just takes him bodily and lands his ass on the ground. crowd continues to huddle and wait for things to end. People have their guns out, but nobody's jumping into this. They're really just doing that to, if somebody looks at them, they're going to have an opinion about that. But nobody's looking at them, so we're all good. Last guy on the ground probably drops his gun and rabbits. And is running across the parking lot, trying to get people and things between him and the two guys that are shooting him, as he hangs on for dear life. Dexy.
Sounds like a job.
I tired, right?
Yeah, die tired. That's right. Exactly right. You've got this situation contained with Rift, so I don't know of any other like social actions Dexy really has here.
Yeah, I think the thing on Dexy right now is, okay, there's two things going through my mind. One is if there's somebody else there, like, I get and I support wanting to waste them, but I also kind of want to take them alive, because I want to find out how many more of those guys are still out there that we're going to have to let Silas go out and waste. And then trying to get the crowd here to be like, hey, things got out of hand. It's under control now. We're all fine here. Yeah, it's all. Which one
do you want? Which one do you want to do right now? Or do you want to, like, while the guys run, it's like, hey, everybody, situation's under control. Pap, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Is that the scene you want to do, or is it Silas? We need to question Pap him. Which sentence do you want to have in the air?
I like number 2.
Yeah, I think
Pulp Fiction feel.
Yeah, trying to talk the crowd down is like probably the second priority there.
Okay.
It's like, no, wait, we need to, like, find out more information about what they're up to, and.
Okay, cool. So you're
that's like as far as the sentence goes.
You're trying to convince Silas to let the guy capture the guy so you can get information out of him. Silas.
Yeah. Is he in whip range? Can I get him? I got the little whip in my arm.
Oh, he's probably not in range of that unless you move. You'd have to chase him, and then you can get him.
Yeah, I'll move first, and then.
Hells yeah, you
what
move
is
for this one.
What is your movement?
It ain't low.
Good.
It's 8.
8. Okay, awesome. So, you're able to run. What is that? 16
If I could
meters.
catch up to him, I'll do that too.
Yeah, actually, so his movement was a 7. So you're able to actually catch him because he ran 14 yards away. You get to run 16 yards with your 8. You can absolutely catch him with a couple of yards to spare.
Yeah, I'm gonna
whip it
catch
good.
him by the. If I'm that close, I'll just catch him by the neck.
Cool.
From behind.
Yeah, give me a brawling to. I'm gonna give him an evasion to not get neck caught.
Just brawling. Okay, I don't have any.
Or martial arts, whatever you got.
I think it's just. Yeah, just brawling. Where is that? There we go. You take those negatives
You
off
accidentally remove his head.
Oh man.
You got the guy. You got him.
Yeah.
Even if he has a great evasion, like what? 25? What the fuck? Okay, yeah, you got the guy. You run up to him and maybe like just give him like a get your.
I'm trying to hold him.
Okay, got you. So you grab him by the neck, and he like there's this moment where he's like in the air, like well, I guess you've got him by the back of the neck.
Yeah, and then unless people have Silas has a couple of things he wants to say to him, but I don't know if that is an around thing. If people want to get in the way of that, but.
3 seconds of whatever you want to say.
Yeah, Silas goes. You got an agent?
Okay. Awesome. So we'll figure out what he says on his turn. After Silas is Vinton.
I see that Silas has caught him, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So he pulls out, because I'm thinking this is kind of like an M1 Grant. He pulls out the clip and just takes out a bullet and then puts it in his pocket. And then he starts walking towards Silas. If there's nobody else willing to fight at this point,
yeah, it looks like everybody is letting this scene die down.
Cool.
And you're walking towards him, removing that round.
And
putting that in your pocket.
all I'm saying, just around, is like site secured. We have problems with these people. They weren't welcome here. Continue on with your business.
Give me a persuasion. You only get 3 seconds of that. It's still a combat
cool.
round, so you got a little bit. You said site
Gotcha.
secure. This is our situation. That kind of thing. Give me a persuasion as you're trying to like let the audience know, let the crowd know that this is just about done, folks. Okay.
Cool. I did better to be here than anywhere else.
You're like everybody be cool.
Nah, it's more of he just doesn't care. Like he knew this was coming, so it's like, and I'm still racking another round. So like, is it secure? Guy with a devil mask on.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. Crit fails at the best possible moments. Okay. Like some of the crowd gets up, right? And like they kind of, their guns are down, but they are like sweeping kind of in that direction, like what's going to happen over there. Maybe I need to have an opinion about the result of this. The guy you have caught, Silas, says, fuck you, who are you? And we can end combat at this point if you're not going to like just kill the guy and have a quick back and forth.
Yeah, I got a couple questions. Yeah, Silas will just start going through his pockets.
Okay. He feebly tries to push you off of him, but you can definitely you've got the hand on him with that brawling. You're able to frisk him.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like the cyber hand, so like every time he moves a little too much, it gets a little tighter.
Yeah, and like compresses on his spine a little bit more. Yeah, it's like it's like a ratchet, right? It goes like one tick tighter. Yeah, perfect. So like at a point, you can see like your fingers are like digging into his flesh, right? As there's like a moment where he's like, okay, I really got to stop fighting this guy.
Yeah.
At a certain point. And you rifle through his pockets, and he's got an agent.
Yeah. I want to see if I can. He got all his buddies in there.
Yeah.
Can I get in?
There's this funny moment where you flip it open, and it like asks you for a passcode, and then you just like show the phone to his face, and it goes unlocked. And you're like, cool. And then you start rifling through his contacts, and even in like pained, contorted face, it still unlocks the phone, right? As you start rifling.
They're not that good.
No, yeah. It's like
facial recognition is not that good.
Right.
I doubt it's gotten much better for cell phones.
No.
Who cares?
So yeah, you get through, you get into his contacts, and sure enough, like you've got the 2 people that he's with are in there as contacts, and you've also got
Scratch King.
Yeah, you've got Scratch King, and you've got who's Scratch King's buddy? The second in command there.
Oh.
I forget her name. I'll pull it up either way. But
Mike,
either way, you get.
Yeah, that was me, and I don't remember her name either.
It was something simple as like toss or something like that. But either way, you definitely get Scratch King. And it says like Scratch King leader ?
Nice. Yeah, I think so. I was gonna open a message with like the whole group in there, like a group text kind of deal.
The gang group text. You open the gang group text. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then just do a little video. How much fight this guy look like?
We have our own Discord.
Not too much, right?
Yeah, you've gotten him down to. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, you've gotten him down to like he's just kind of like he's in this moment where he feels like if he fights you anymore, he's gonna die. So he is being very still. He's in a lot of pain. His face is contorted.
That's good for him. Yeah. So I also go like selfie kind of cam, and he just looks at it and he says, "See y'all soon," and then just cracks the guy's neck.
Cool.
And then hit send.
Cool. Yeah, and there's this like macabre moment when the guy's body goes limp, right? And you're clearly just holding up, 180 pounds of dead weight, right? And then you let go, and he falls, and you click send.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I'll walk over to.
And the phone
Dexy.
starts buzzing immediately. Starts buzzing. The agent.
I'll walk over to Dexy and hand it to him and say, "There's your interrogation."
Dexy, the phone.
Nothing.
The phone is ringing. Hold on a second. Let me pull that up. The phone is ringing, and this lovely face. Damn, that's right. Oh, thank you,
there-
chat. Thank you, chat. Yeah, this lovely face pops up on the screen, and it says "leader?" Scratch King on there, and it's exactly that face right there. Just full motion on the full screen on the agent.
Well, it would be rude not to answer, right? Like,
Right?
Can I be there? Can I walk? I'll first be like,
Sure.
Can you
Yeah,
go to-
yeah. You were
first I
already
see Silas.
you were already walking up to that whole scene. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, can you go to the train now, Silas?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Okay, appreciate you.
And he'll just, as he's walking back to the train, I'll just go.
Yeah, and there's people like in the crowd, like all the other figures, like, what the fuck was that? Whoa, like people are taking photos. Like some people were videoing this whole thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
can you go tell them that, like, these guys weren't supposed to be here, and they showed up after they had killed some of our family members and stuff. Like,
How about-
'cause, I got a call I got to take.
Silas is just, as he's walking back, he'll just go, sorry, folks. Enjoy your night. And just walk back to the train.
perfect. So Dexy, yeah, you bloop, bloop, open that phone. We should go to break
Okay.
because it's
Oh, man.
it's right at break time, right?
Feels good. Yeah, we just had a break.
New beer.
Yep. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Ethan.
So everybody, we're gonna go take 10-minute break.
Yep.
Okay. Folks, we are gonna be right back. While we're away, I desperately want to give away a copy of Legend Keeper, beta access to Legend Keeper, just so you all know.
Gotta give it away.
I gotta give it away. Here, let me pull up. So, like, Legend Keeper is this really cool thing that we use to track all of our games. I'm in a bunch of games. And things like, hey, what does the hot zone look like? I can just go pull up what the hot zone looks like, right? Let me go back to my wide area map. What does the rail yard look like? Oh yeah, this is what the rail yard looks like, right? Along with articles and notes about Sacramento and Night City and all of that stuff, right? So it's this really cool campaign tracker and that sort of thing. We're going to give away a beta copy or beta key access to this. It is a hosted solution. Let me move that over here. Put on by Braden. If you want to know more, show up on Thursday night. We're going to do a little world building with Legend Keeper, and you'll get to see more stuff. Hugo, do you already have access to this?
I already have it. Yes.
Okay, good. I know everybody else in this chat does. Everybody else in this game does, because we all use it. I'm going to open this up. To enter into win, put ! Then Legend Keeper, all one word, in the chat. There's little instructions that just showed up in the chat there. It's an awesome, awesome tool. And again, we use it for all of our stuff. Okay, we're going to go away for 10 minutes. We will be back at 5 past the hour. Just about. All right, everybody. Be right back. All right, let's go. Let's do this. We're back. So, Silas, you're walking back to the train, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So you're heading back to the train. Vinton, you're trying to calm this party down, right?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, things are cool, right? Dexy. Let's just put these guys over here. Mono, you're at the train. You're about to be at the train with Silas, actually. So Mono and Silas, I'm gonna put you two together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Dexy, you're starting this like video call with this face.
I want to be on video with him, but like,
he probably started the video call, right? He probably was like, "What the fuck?" You know,
Hit the button.
Yeah, just whatever. What's going on here? So that is getting lit up. Silas, there is nothing but efficiency in the time of the red as people loot these bodies, and all their stuff filters into the crowd. From bits of armor they may have had on them, to guns, to agents, to everything, like little cockroaches. You just like these guys are parted out quick.
Yeah.
As you see all that as you're going back. Vincent, just for grins, will you give me a persuasion as you're trying to like calm this audience down now that the shooting has stopped?
For grins, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for fun.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, you know, people are. It's tough to get back into the merchant mode after a scene like that, but at least nobody's going to follow Silas, right? Nobody's going to be an idiot, right?
Right.
So you get that kind of taken care of.
Cool.
Dexy, you answer the line, and Scratch King's face shows up full on the thing, and he's like pissed looking. It's like, who the fuck is this?
I'm the guy that's going to ship you back the 3 body bags.
What's my Boston accent like? It's probably terrible. He has a Boston accent as he says, "The hell you are? Where is this? Is this that stupid market?"
Can I do like?
Oh, you're
Like
gonna
I
show
can
him.
like I could aim the camera so like I'm down in the corner. It's like, yeah, no, they're taking anything your guys had right now. Like there's nothing left.
Yeah, he
This is like a army of vultures and rats all at once over their corpses.
oh, this is not gonna go well for you. Is this that stupid market? All right, good to know. Good to know. What's your name?
Hang up on him.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, Scratch King. Bloop. Things up.
He's bringing more party.
You see as Dexy, you see as the phone begins to show some alerts on it as it is deleting itself.
Expected. Is there enough time to like try to get an idea of like how many people were on that group chat?
Sure. Yeah. You real quick catch before everything deletes itself that there are who would all be in that chat? There are 25 members of that room.
Oh, that's way more of a number than I had hoped for.
Yep.
Yeah, Dexy will just kind of like try to like snap that
Include
thing in
that.
half and toss it into the bathroom
Yep.
pool. Like,
Okay. Wham! give it a bit of a frisbee, as it sails through the air and blunk in the latrine. Okay.
yeah, we may have more friends coming.
Lovely. How many?
Not enough to really have to be too concerned about. There's only maybe 20 something names that were in there that aren't, counted
Okay.
for already.
Let me make a call. If you want to go talk to Big Iron and kind of let them know what's going on, because I doubt they want to talk to me right now.
Do
Remember,
I know about how long it would take to get from Westbrook, like, to here?
Yeah. So.
And I'm guessing that just because like that's the last place I can think of that they were based out of.
Right. Yeah. So looking at this map, you guys are actually at the kind of outer edge of Westbrook, where this
Shit.
abandoned water park is. So it's not like, honestly, it's not too far. But it's the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m. now, right? So odds are there would be, some effort to get everybody awake and geared up and all that kind of stuff. So you have the time it takes a beaten down gang to, mount up and roll out. If they even do that tonight. So, yeah, that's what you've got.
Okay. I will relay that information to the rest of the people here. Like, so if they're gonna come to us, or if they're gonna come try to get us here, then we've got like number that Dexy knows that Mike doesn't.
Sure.
Before.
Yeah.
Before he needs to.
And honestly,
somebody watch the entrance to the parking lot.
Yeah, you guys already have that kind of security up. You've already got people watching the entrances to the water park and the parking lots and all that kind of stuff. Night markets don't last all night anyways, right? Everybody's used to get your sales in now. Everything must go now. Let's wheel and deal quick and get that rolling. So Dexy, you're going to spend the rest of your time trying to make this market run smoothly and be done by the time S-Platoon could show up. Is what I'm gathering, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Vincent, you're staying out here trying to help with that effort.
Well, I am, but I want to call Ben or 2-Bit real quick and see where he's
Ben.
at.
Yep.
Yeah, and see where he's at on getting the clearance for the train to make it look like it belongs to us.
Sure. Yeah. .bin, give me another interface roll
Time to roll it.
as you've been hacking away at this transponder.
Oh, this has got to work this time. You ready for a big roll?
Ready
big
for
roll,
a giant
big roll.
roll.
Big roll.
Do you want
Bam!
to toss any luck into that? Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, still not quite enough. These transponders are they use hardware in there to make it so you don't tamper with them. They could brick the train even, kind of thing. So you got to be real careful with how you mess with a transponder.
I got to pull over 15 is my guess, right?
You got to pull over. Well, I'll tell you the number when you hit it.
Oh, okay.
It's
Cool.
probably 13.
I'm going
Just wondering,
with that.
how big's my luck pool?
Yeah. How much luck do you got on your character sheet?
Oh, wow. Let me take a look. Let's take a look, folks. Let's see how I got 8 luck.
Oh yeah, you could add 8 to any roll one time, or some
but I
portion of
want
that.
Blow all
Right? Yeah.
Is this, guys? Is this a pro move? Am I gonna have to get up to 17? All right, team.
I wouldn't dump all your luck into it because I'm.
What do you say? Bump it to a 16. What do y'all think?
Well, you have to do that before
You have to
do the roll.
Before the
Yeah.
roll.
Yes.
You have to tell me how much you're going to
I
put
have to
into.
roll
Yeah,
and then roll again.
Yeah, you have to tell me how much luck you're going to put in before the roll.
Mm.
So you reset.
I'm doing 4.
All right, you're going to put in 4.
Yeah.
All right. So give me one more roll as if you put in 4.
Watch, it's gonna be massive.
I just want this train to get into the
So,
yard. God.
but it's a 14.
Yeah,
hold
let's
on.
go.
Your total is a 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then on a 14, you make it.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right. So I backdoor into this bitch.
Yep.
Time to see if I can
and
control it.
You're able to change the name on the transponder to be some
Oh,
other
excellent.
train.
Excellent.
It's registered to. Who do you want to register it to?
Us.
I'm registered. Yeah, to the boys. I'm registering it to us.
Okay, so to the Midnight Runners. Okay,
You got it.
good stuff. Yeah, you get that registered to the Midnight Runners. That is now y'all's train. You own those 2 engines and the computer car. As far as this train's
I
records,
think I can do a better job painting the numbers over than I can hacking. So if y'all need me to go paint, just let me know.
The next, if you allow, David, the next thing is I want to talk to Mono.
So this is going to take a fair bit of
okay.
effort. Silas, you catch up with Mono at the train.
I'm here to help you keep an eye on the steel.
Thanks. Saw what happened. Personal?
A little bit.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Appreciate it.
Got it. So yeah, we have a bit of a human shield here. So
One of the guys down
So-
below is like, "Hey."
yeah, it's like yeah. It's like yeah. I mean, they probably won't help for a lot. So just help me out. Take a look in here. By the way, I did notice a couple of heat signatures. Kind of like on that hill over there. Not sure if you want to take a look at it, but they look suspicious. They haven't moved, but I would probably just keep an eye for those.
Yeah, if I look over where he's pointing out, are they doing that thing where they're just sitting really still?
Yeah, it's out
Okay.
east. They're sitting super still. But
Yeah,
hey, infrared lets you see heat signatures even if they're sitting still, right?
yeah.
Um,
So I was just saying, I think I know who that is. It shouldn't be anything to worry about.
Okay, great. Okay, so
You've seen it before, so
Oh, you have. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So if you want, just take care. I would say probably on the take care of the northeastern side of the train. I'll just keep an eye here on the western side of the train, just to make sure no one actually gets near.
kind of pull out his rifle and just make a sweep.
Sure. Yeah. So the 2 of you are securing the train, and Silas, your two little dots out on that hill, they sit real still, right? And every so often when you do your sweep, you just check back. Yep, still 2 dots, kind of thing. And they don't make a move while you guys are in this spot. And yeah, I'm gonna say the night market continues to hum along. Dexy, I really want you to do like a haggle roll as you're trying to help these guys offload as much of their gear as you possibly can. So I'd love to do like a fixer haggle roll to see how much gear you can get moved here, you know?
So the full, like the trading role plus operator kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Trading. And I've got +5 in operator. So that's 22.
Nice. Nice. Okay, good. So it's a really hectic hour. Okay. As you're trying to get as much stuff done for the Big Iron family as you possibly can. It's all wholesale fire sale pricing, right? So it's all priced to go. And you've got buyers on hand, and with a 20, was it a 22? Yeah. So with the 22, you were able to secure for them a lot of scratch. Now, 2% finder's fee back to you and the Midnight Runners. Mike, I want you to walk away personally with like 1,200 cred. And I want the family to walk away with, another like 22K going into the family. So like call it 22K goes to the family, and then they like tip you 1,200 kind of thing. And then you can go ahead and count the Big Iron family as close allies to the Midnight Runners, because you rescued them from their terrible idea. You made them whole again financially, right? And gave them a new lease on life here in the south and east side of California, where they can get back to work as a train running family, right? And they can just put all of Sacramento behind them. And Graham, thanks you. She herself kind of shakes your hand and thanks you for looking out for them and getting them on their way.
Yeah, Dexy will be like, shake your hand, give her a little half a hug kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's
Make
much
hands
better
with
now.
Helios if he's still there too, and like all that kind of thing. Like
Helios is not. Helios stayed behind
not?
to
Okay.
shoot Smud HQ, and is either captured, dead, or on the lam. Unknown at this point. So yeah. But definitely Graham or Gran is there, and says you all are done more for us than we deserve, and I want to thank you again for making sure that we got out of this as unscathed as we could be. Now, I know you all got to get out of here before some heat comes your way, and I promise you, if they show up this way, they're going to know a world of hurt, okay?
Because they can be some heavy hitters. Are we supposed to like arrange so that like they can come find us somewhere or anything like that, or they kind of like get to move on their own kind of here at this point?
Yeah, good question. So that they're going to hold up here for some amount of time, right? Days, maybe weeks. So we can go ahead and assume that the Big Iron family is going to be available in Night City at the Rum Water Park. If you all need them. If we don't really tap that resource, after a little while, they may just move on. If we wanted to do something more with them, we can certainly, give them a ring and see if they'll show up, or involve them in one of our capers. But they are, at the very least, very friendly to Midnight Runners, and there's probably opening here to be, full-on allied families at this point. With an awesome haggle like that, you really came through for them. Okay. Yeah. Y'all wrap up at the midnight market. Shut everything down. And .bin, you get the transponder to say that this train belongs to Midnight Runners. What's next for you guys?
I would, after, I'm sure you would have let us know, right? 2-bit or .bin that you got the train spotting up and running.
Hell yeah, I got on the Scream waves. I threw it all out. I went on the Discord server. I pumped it after as many failures as I had that you don't know about. I totally pumped up my dark web abilities, lead status. Woot woot.
Excellent. Then I would radio Oz and be like, let's get it rolling. It looks like we're done here.
Yeah.
And
train detaches from the what's left of the Big Iron Family's ride, and you all take your 2 engines and computer car, along with the engines that were originally dedicated to the steel line, and you all head down the backside of Night City, around into Mono, didn't mean to move you, down into the Haywood Industrial Zone. Okay. And by the time you all arrive, you're in the rail yard. Let's go here. So you all get to the rail yard, and it's this sprawling complex. It has 2 lines coming in. It's walled. There are like airport control towers, but they're rail yard control towers, right? And so as you all are approaching, there's a bit of handshake that Oz handles and all of that kind of stuff, and you all get lane 617 here to move your steel train in and park it for the night, and do the handoff with the rail yard, because rail yard is going to move the steel to the arcology while you're in transit. So I've skipped over some stuff, and I'm sorry for that. While you're in transit, those 2 little dots paste with you guys. So let's back up a little bit just to see if y'all wanted to do anything about that. Your train takes off. It's slow, but it builds up speed on your way into Haywood. And for as long as you're, moving that kind of north and, not north, as long as you're moving kind of east and then you start moving south a little bit, those 2 little dots out on the hills are kind of keeping pace with y'all while you're
cool
going on the train. So my apologies, you're not at the rail yard yet. Let's back this up. And it's just you all, right? It's you all, Oz, a couple other Midnight Runners. Some of you are not here because there's also the convoy of the Midnight Runners. So I'm going to say that the lot of you are the ones that are really awake and able to do anything about this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
I'm still in the beast, right? I'm still being the lead secure. Have we going ahead and put me on the train?
I'm fine with whichever approach you want. Is the beast riding on the rail, or are you on the train?
I would be on the rail.
Okay.
Look at as forward point until somebody tells me otherwise.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you're in front of the train, several hundred yards ahead, or maybe a half mile ahead, whatever's comfortable for you. And certainly in Night City, this is normal, right? To have some kind of vehicle escort, because there's gangs out here that could decide to hit trains and all that kind of stuff. And you need something kind of forward observer for you guys. And so you're kind of moving along. Who is on the train? It's Mono, Silas. Okay, good. Dexy. Okay. Where's .bin? Are you in the beast up front or with Vinton, or are you on the train as well?
I'm on the train as well.
Okay, perfect. So Vinton, why don't you give me a perception roll as you're rolling into town here?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we lose the beast as it gets T-boned by a truck. It is what it is. That's persuasion.
It is what it is.
There you go.
That's a good-
Cool.
There you go. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you're out ahead. It is dark out, right? But you're able to see, especially with like the city and all that kind of stuff. You do like spot a time when the road is blocked by a bunch of traffic and all that kind of stuff, or the rail line is blocked by a bunch of traffic. And so you kind of like tell everybody to wait up for that to clear before rolling through. But you're able to kind of escort the train into the city from the beast's perspective. But you are not really watching these two dots as they ghost the train. So up on the train, Mono and Silas, you're out here kind of looking around, and these guys, I mean, your train is not moving like super fast, but you're definitely moving faster than a walk or even a brisk run. And these two dots are kind of keeping up with you guys.
Okay. I mean, I do. I mean, I get close to Silas, and I'm like, hey, so your friends are still following us. Are you sure there's nothing to worry about?
Never been anything to worry about in the past. Just keep an eye on them. If they
Got
start
it.
getting closer, we'll
So is it
give 'em a
like
warning
public
shot or two.
knowledge that those dots are out there? Or
Yeah, I
among
mean,
members of
we
the crew,
probably
at least.
anybody who's working security would know.
So,
okay.
like Silas, you don't seem too stressed out about this. You know what's going on out there.
Yeah, there's a nomad family that kind of lives out there. I guess you'd call them a nomad family. I guess Lobos Phantasmus. They that's kind of their style. Just sitting still, and they can run pretty quick. A few of them's got some cyber legs.
Got it. So what are they known for actually hitting any targets, or are they just looking for an opportunity just to steal whatever they can?
Scavengers, as far as I know. So
No. Got it.
if we keep moving, they shouldn't interact. But
Got it.
never know.
Got it. Okay. Do you think they will actually go into the train yard once we get there, or do they usually steer away from like large civilized areas?
I've only ever seen them outside of the city. I think they like to stay out there in the wilderness, but again, let's keep an eye on them.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you, Mono, want to take a closer look? It's clear ahead of us. Silas can move to the front of the train and keep ahead, and we can go see what these guys are about.
Got it. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Definitely.
Then, Dave, I'm gonna pull the beast back and wait for them to catch up so he can hop on to the beast.
Okay. Mono, you clamber down from on top of the train, and it's like an athletics roll to move from the train to the beast.
Oh man. Okay, got it.
Let's see if you crit fail and get crushed by the train.
Falls under train.
Let's see.
Oh my god!
No! Let me catch him. What can I do?
Wow.
I want to use my drive. Okay.
Hey,
I
wait a
wanna-
minute.
I
Wait a
think
minute.
Wow.
What's
you
your
totally-
solo stuff in? You got the fumble recovery?
Maybe a little luck. would have been
Yeah.
good time.
So important point. As a solo, you can apply some of your solo skills to make it so you cannot crit fail,
It's 4
Yeah.
points. So if you got 4 extra, just
which you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 5. So yeah, I'll definitely. It's fumble recovery, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I'll get them in there.
There you go.
So you know,
Yippee.
as a solo, you're like, you know what? Because solos get to reassign those points every time, right? Whenever you want to do anything, you can always reassign those points. Like you're looking down,
Every combat. I
the
think.
beast is like bouncing along right next to the train, right? And you're like, I got to make this jump. I'm not gonna mess this one up. As you move those points into not fumbling.
The mental points.
Yeah, exactly. You relax, you calm down, and the beast is, just bumping along, and you're like, all right, well, here we go. And on a 15, you do fine.
Yes. Okay.
Cool. So yeah, you land on the beast. It's a thud, as Mono has some augments, right? It's a heavy hit, and you make your way into the beast as you guys drive away from the train a little bit.
Yep. Full throttle towards whatever direction they were at.
Okay. Silas, what are you doing while the beast is making its way towards those dots? Which both stop, by the way. As soon as the beast
Yeah.
kind of turns in their direction, they both stop.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking. I mean, he'll just keep doing what he's been doing. Honestly, just spend a little bit of time looking at them, a little bit of time sweeping the rest of the surroundings, kind of deal.
Cool. So yeah, you as the beast approaches, one of those heat signatures comes down from the hill and starts heading towards the beast.
Cool. Well, first off, I'll hand. No, he has a shotgun, so I was
Yeah.
gonna hand him my rifle, but if they're coming closer to us, then
One of them is.
one of them. All right. I would
One
slow up.
one is obviously on top of the hill, right?
Mhm.
And the other one is coming down kind of quick towards you guys. And it looks like he's trying to make sure that there's a fair bit of distance between, like he's trying to intercept you. You as you're coming up, you don't see that he's like carrying a gun. He has a weapon on him, but it's not in his hands.
Cool.
But it looks like he's trying to make it so that he is, if something goes down, there's lots of space between you and his friend.
All right. And then I want to get slow up.
Okay.
As soon as we get close enough, and I try to identify if he's a Lobos or not.
Sure. How do you want to do that? Do you want to like shine your game lights on him, kind of thing?
Yeah, I'll turn my light bars on and
Okay.
try to identify who it is.
Cool. So yeah, you flip that switch and just a huge amount of light beams out of this car, right? So it's like this giant search spotlight on the front of this car just bathing this hill. And you see the guy like very quickly like do a little flinch as his pupils all the way down to like teeny tiny little pinholes. Just, mechanically quick, instantly small.
Right.
And you can see his hand is like has gone back to like grab the butt of his gun, but it doesn't move past that. As like just that immediate like, oh shit, okay, do I need to have this? Doesn't look like I need to have this because he's not seeing any. He doesn't see you guys holding guns, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not yet.
Okay, I
Not
just
yet.
wanted to get a sense of what they're seeing.
No.
And Silas, the little heat signature on top of the hill gets real small. Right? As the guy like whoever it is up on the hill gets real low to the ground. Right? They're clearly still able to see. It's like, oh shit, okay. What's going on here? And you all are looking at this I'm going to say handsome woman, right? She has a strong looking face with high cheekbones, sun-kissed skin, black hair, and is wearing body armor, has kind of a long gun on her, and you can see over this shoulder is the long gun, and over this shoulder is like an antenna.
Gotcha.
Like she's got
Got it.
she's got like maybe a nylon strap, and there's obviously a radio back here. And
How are you doing?
And she like has a hand out a little bit, but she still has another hand on the butt of her gun, as she kind of eyes the beast from a ways out. How far away did you stop?
100 yards.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's really
because yeah, and then I flip my CB over to speaker and be like, "You Lobos?"
Goes out across the desert here, and let's tell you what. Let me see if I have. I just want to see if I have something that looks more deserty. Okay, this is not necessarily where you all are, but just something that looks kind of deserty, right? Get rid of all this junk.
I remember that mission. That was fun.
Yep, we'll get rid of all that. So this is kind of
A
deserty.
nice little ghost town look.
Yeah. And I'll say that she's like down from this hill a little bit as you're like lights are bathing up the hill. And she kind of shouts back at you, is like, "No, that's what statics call us. Are you a
Nah,
static?
no, nomad.
Okay.
Can I ask you why you're following my train?
Just seeing if you were gonna park it someplace. Looks like you're not.
No, ma'am. Belongs to the Midnight Runners.
Okay. Yeah, y'all are good.
All right, then.
Just so you know, we're the Yodanchi.
Yadanchi?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't have my notebook, dang it.
Yaudanchi, which is Yaudanchi. Yaudanchi.
Okay.
So next time, don't call us Lobos or whatever that is.
Didn't mean no disrespect. That's just how we have come across you. Just want to make sure we've been through a lot to get this steel. But if you're here from peace, we're here in peace.
Okay.
Dave, I'd like to do a quick scan roll.
Sure. Yeah. So you're kind of looking around. You know that what you can kind of pick up that there is radio chatter, but it's all encrypted. Just so you've got that. Like you're getting that, like, her radio is probably receiving some signals, it's probably sending some signals, but it's all encrypted traffic. Which I think is what you're gunning for, right?
Just wondered what that antenna was doing.
Sure. Yeah, it looks to be straight up old school voice comms.
Okay. If she doesn't show any like aggression and starts backing away, then I will back away.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
As you start to as you like go to kind of leave a little bit, she goes, "Why didn't you show up for Tire Hydro? We won that contract. We thought you were going to be there."
Shit. I will actually stop.
Okay.
And was that just a player decision, David, as a memory, or were we wrapped up in something else?
That was one of the early missions for Midnight Runners. I think y'all just got involved with other stuff, honestly.
I think that showed up around about the same time we had Splatoon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I got an angle for that. I'll get out of the truck.
Okay.
With my hands up, obviously, because I don't want to broadcast this over the entire desert.
Sure.
And walk towards her. Ma'am, our family we had a mission for actually the gentleman who's in my truck right now. To hit a group called Splatoon, and we ended up losing a very important family member, and we had to take care of business. We do apologize.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But
okay. Well,
we'll try.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was like, but next time we'll do our best to be there.
All right. Well, it's good to meet you, Midnight Runners, and you are.
Call me Vinton.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too, ma'am.
I'm Star.
Your name? Star? Okay.
Next time you see us, Midnight Runners, Yodanchi, we can maybe have a meal or something.
Absolutely. Am I getting any good vibes, or do I need to roll for that? Like,
yeah, give me a human perception.
Okay. Where is that at? Not the greatest, but
okay.
14.
Yeah. So you're kind of picking up that she is, that Star here is what is it? You get the impression that there's like some cautious optimism here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that it's more of a kind of like you shared something with Star, and so it's like cautious optimism mixed in with a little bit of obligation, like social obligation for the Odanshi says, someone who has been hurt, feed them.
Understood.
Kind of thing. You get a sense that there's like a cultural note here. It's like, okay, well, you've given me this. I have to give something back, and in my culture, we at the very least give you a meal. And so that's kind of the vibe you're getting from this exchange.
Then if he feels that, he lets his guard completely down, and he goes to the happy-go-lucky vent and like, we would appreciate that, and I would actually give the location of where our family's located.
Okay.
Yeah. That way.
Oh, yeah, we've seen that. We'll be in touch.
Excellent. I'm gonna get back to my train. You know how Night City can get.
Be well.
Thank you, ma'am. You too.
And
I'll get back.
Yeah, she kind of takes a couple of steps back, and just kind of waits.
Well, that worked out a lot nicer than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. I was like, what's this next fight going to be? Next thing you know, we're breaking bread with new people.
Well, that's why I wanted to keep, if this was a trap, I want to keep one killer with me and one killer on the train.
Yes.
I was like, let me keep one killer with me, one on the train. We can handle two people and get back in time.
Very smart. Yeah, by the way, the train has not stopped moving, right? Because the break distance on a train is miles, right? So it's like still going. So I'll get back in the beast and head back.
And and then I'll radio Silas, and I was like, they're not Lobos. I'll radio everybody.
Sure.
And they're I'm gonna butcher it, David. Adanchi?
Yaudanchi.
Whoo, that country came out. You did? Yaudanchi.
Yaudanchi.
Yeah, and actually,
her name is Star.
So GM question to Ethan: is that pronunciation anywhere close to?
I'd have to find that article you sent me and dig into that phonetic section.
Please, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Just
after my PhD exams are done.
Yeah.
Anything you need.
Awesome, cool. So we'll wait. In a month, we'll get this name right, folks. I promise.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I will let Dexy know. I would let everybody know, but Dexy especially. It's like they're gonna want to feed us, and there's an opportunity there for dealings. So
look at you out there making friends.
But after tonight, man, I'm surprised. And I get back to the front of the train. If Mono wants, he can ride with me, or he can get back on the train.
Yeah. So you all, now we're good. You filter into the city, you go down to the Haywood Industrial Zone, and make your way into this sprawling train yard. And basically get the train secured here in lane 617. And Mono, this is now considered a done deal.
Got it. Now, in this case, I do remember that X's was feeling extremely grateful, let's say, for the services provided by the Midnight Riders. So, is there? I'll try to get a hold of her to see if there's anything else she wants me to do with them. I know she wanted just to share the love for having helped us.
Yeah. She says if you don't mind, now that the load is secure, will you please escort the funds themselves to the family, and make sure that they get paid for the delivery of all the steel, the recovery of the train, and all of that stuff, minus whatever was missing from the train, which is negligible at this point because the main stuff was all secured and brought back.
Got it. So definitely, I think I'll probably just touch base with Dexy and basically let him know. So, Dexy, just I mean, I got word from Essex. We really want to thank you for all the services provided to us. We just want to be sure you get safe and you can actually get your funds as promised by us.
Well, we're glad to help out. Uh, why am I blanking on the whole group's name?
Chromoxy.
Moxie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're glad to help out Chromoxy. You've been good friends to us. Hope you're satisfied with our work. If we could have you take 5 minutes to fill out this survey afterwards, if you feel like there's anything out that you can't rate at least of a 4, then please, let us know because we want to make things right.
Dexy, buddy. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, good stuff. So yeah, the kind of main crux of the delivery of the steel is done. Y'all can what do y'all want to do next? Me as a GM, those are the big notes that I wanted to touch on for the evening, but anything else that y'all need to accomplish tonight, I want to make sure we have time for.
I got something incredibly dumb to do.
Sweet.
Never
Love
done.
it.
I am, after I notice that everything is pretty much squared away, I'm going to go take my pink or orange envelope that was given to me by Ember, because I don't know that Dexy has that conversation. Well, first, I contact Benny, let him know deal's done, funds on the way.
Cool.
And then I'm going to roll over to where I last knew where Ember was.
Oh,
and
you're gonna drive the beast out to Little Japan.
Yeah, and leave that behind her with that little dumpster area
Mm-hmm.
with my contact information, letting her know that we're back in town and would be willing to work.
So you go to this place where there's that dead drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you bringing anybody with you?
I would ask Silas if he would want to ride.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go. I want to go.
All right, Ben. All right, hop on in, man.
We're all going?
Dexy, you want to ride or do you want to stay here and finish out the deal?
Oh, Dexy,
you're muted.
Muted.
Sorry, I'm saying I'm not going to let you abandon me at the rail yard all night. That's just not even fair. Plus, that's by the good noodle shop that's across from the mediocre noodle shop, but the mediocre noodle shop is the better boba, but the good noodle shop. I'll get it figured out. Don't worry about it.
Mono, I know you got to get a ride, or you just going to chill here?
No, I can definitely hop on with you. So I'm okay. I'll go with you.
Your room. Sit on my lap.
Oh, the beast is big.
Yeah.
Rich, the beast is like 4 to 6 door Jeep.
Still, sit on my lap. That's good.
I love that.
So yeah, you all you leave the rail yard, you tear ass across Night City. And Night City is, God, man, things don't change, right? You're rolling through Haywood. You take the bridge over into Center Night City. You are rolling kind of up towards Little Japan, and you see there's this this family, like parents, a couple of dads and their kids, and there's these drones that are just kind of following them, and it looks like they're like dodging away from the drones, trying to give them the slip, and they're trying to run and cross the street and like get into an alley, and then these little are just kind of like sweeping around following them. And just Night City sucks, man. It's just full of scenes like that. And there's this guy on like rocket skates just cruising past you, right? He's got rollerblades, and he's just like got the rocket boosters going, and he's just skating past you guys on his way to work or wherever. And when you pull over and stop, there's a full-on, kid you not, deer, like 4.5 feet tall deer, running with 2 dogs as fast as they can across the street, jumping over shit, vaulting off of walls, whatever they got to do to get like a straight line down the street to wherever they're going. As these two dogs and this deer are hauling butt through Little Asia, specifically Little Japan.
Like actual deer and dogs, or
Like
are they not exotics?
Like a one looks like a GSD, right? A German Shepherd, right?
Mm-hmm.
The deer, straight up a doe.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because there's exotics in this game. So
yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, and the other dog is like I don't know, a pit bull kind of thing, wider, squatter, right? Stubby little legs, runs as fast as the other two.
I need to get that. That's a good dog there. Strong.
Yes.
Silas has probably been just on the car right now. He's got like access to some net. Just quick search of those names that he got sent earlier. Just with his rudimentary understanding of how to do those things, it's like Google, right?
Yeah. A couple
Nothing
of
fancy.
Yeah. One of the names crops up as a local celebrity.
Perfect.
Cool.
That's great. We love that.
Awesome.
Of course it is.
Yep. The other four names don't pop up immediately. But yeah.
Good to know.
Cool. What you looking there? What you looking at, Silas?
Work.
Is it? Cool. How much work did you find?
Good bit of work. And
We're gonna have
Vin probably heard the one name went in, and so I just went.
Should we? And then that's why he asked, and he'd be like, "Should we go see One-Eyed Turkey at some point and re-up?"
Maybe.
Okay, we'll put it on the books.
Turkey.
Whatever his name. That's
One-Eyed Turkey. Yeah, that's his name. Is One-Eyed Turkey. Yeah.
I want to keep trying him to get that military contact, by the way, because I know he knows it. I'm gonna keep trying it.
Yep.
He'll unclench eventually.
Eventually, I'm gonna get a good enough roll to get that information that I need.
And yeah, you roll up to this dark alley. Park the beast somewhere. It stands out, man. Like a big off-road car like this in the middle of like a city with like little scooters and people in rollerblades because it's too crammed and like all this stuff. Like your car sticks way the hell out, but nobody messes with it because you're all obviously wastelanders, right?
Yeah.
Except for, I mean, even Mono a little bit kind of comes off as a little bit of a nomad, but everybody here is slicked back hair, looking all dressed to the nines, even at like 4 a.m, right? And they all are dressed to impress, and you guys are coming off of a multi-day train ride, not having a chance to bathe yet, right? Stepping out of a mud-covered, dirt-covered like hell ride, and it's just one of those things of like obvious culture clash for the briefest of moments, and then everybody like just doesn't pay much attention to you if they don't have to.
No, don't come this way.
That's right.
So I'm gonna head to the drop. Yeah. And there's
probably a couple of guys minding their corner, and they give you all like a good look over. Silas and Mono. How when you've got a couple of like, business minders looking you over, what do y'all do with that kind of information?
I think Silas just meets their gaze.
Okay.
Yeah. The same here. It's like,
okay,
I'll probably meet the gaze and just dismiss them a couple of seconds later.
So there's probably a bit of a stare down here, where they size you guys up a little bit, and after 3 or 4 heartbeats, they kind of turn and move on to another corner.
Silas still probably got a good bit of blood going on, just on his clothes.
Still hasn't cleaned that up. Right.
Sure didn't clean it up. Probably doesn't even know it's there, honestly.
Right. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Slipped the mind.
Yeah. All right.
So drop that off at the dead drop.
Okay.
And then I look at the groups like, any of y'all thirsty? You know where I'm going, Davis.
I do.
Okay.
That's a yes.
Okay. Anybody else?
Sure.
Probably already holding
Sure.
like a takeout bowl from like one of the noodle places that was there. It's
Hey,
like, yeah,
you-
sure, whatever.
It's one of those. It's one of those like the soup pot has not been turned off in a decade, right? It's just the same. They just keep adding stock to it. They keep adding stuff to it, and it's like the most
The
flavorful,
best soup.
richest bowl you've had since you've left Night City. Because Sacramento's food was obviously crap, other than Roy's Mexican Motel Cafe.
Roy's still with us.
Roy is on the train.
To be established in this area.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be a real up and comer.
Yeah, he's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm gonna head to the bar.
Oh, cool.
Well-
so you go to the convenience store.
Yeah, the convenience store.
Right.
And walk in.
Yeah. So you, Vincent, you lead them all down the street, right? And you're all walking down this street in Little Asia, and there's like shops and everything like that. And there's that corner store. You walk up a couple of steps into the door that's in the corner of the tower, and you walk up to a couple of steps. It's like brightly lit. There's an attendant behind the counter. You know this place is secure because there's no bulletproof glass for the attendant.
Right.
Right? This is one of those like most convenience stores have like bulletproof glass and all that kind of stuff because the attendant is on their own. But this convenience store doesn't really have that. And as you guys are in there, as you first filter in, you're kind of looking around. There's like candy bars and the fountain drink and the wall of refrigerators. And this couple walks up to the doorway to come in. And, he's a Japanese fellow with like his hair, slicked back, sharp suit on. She looks dressed to kill as well. And they kind of glance in the store, see this crew, and just give it a lap. They just walk around. They're like glancing. Oh, well, not the time for us. And the attendant behind the counter kind of looks over at you guys and says, "Hey, big guy. Yeah, you. I almost didn't recognize you without the padding, the armor.
Yeah.
What are you
How you
doing
doing,
here?"
son? My cohorts were thirsty, and we were around, and we wanted to get something to drink, and I want to apologize to you, son.
Oh. Well, let's have it then.
I was in a stressful situation. My associates that I was working with at the time were held hostage. And well, at least I assume they were. And were, as you could probably tell, not from around here.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was,
no. Yeah.
and my job was to protect them, and that's what I was doing. I was getting a little frazzled, a little frustrated, and it was wrong for me to come at you like that. So I'm hoping that maybe I can come in here, buy some stuff from your fine establishment, make amends all around.
He says,
And he does this with the obvious pointing upstairs.
right, all around you guys.
Yeah.
He well, okay then. Yeah. Water under the bridge. Don't buy the milk. Everything else is good.
Appreciate you. And while everybody else is getting something to drink, I'm just gonna write down my contact info.
Okay.
And give it to the kid. At least that's where I remind him of a kid, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was younger. He was
Yeah.
he was probably like in his like late teens, early 20s. You know, obviously of like Japanese or maybe Korean descent, but
Okay.
you know, yeah. When he met you guys, he was unimpressed, right?
Right.
And you were
Yeah.
like dressed for war, and
I
he was
was-
like, "Oh, interesting. This is what shows up. Cool."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. So I'm gonna write down my contact info and be like, with an extra 100 eddies to slip to the kid and be like, if your manager needs more security or things moved, let him know.
Okay.
And I'll point also over to Dexy and like, he'll probably be the man you get in contact with.
He kind of like pulls up this big gulp and slurps on a little bit, and says he pockets the coin. Says, "All right, Vinton, it's good to meet you."
Good to meet you too. And then I'll buy whatever drink they have.
Sure.
And we will, as long as everybody's in here, usher ourselves out.
Okay. Anything else while y'all are in this convenience store?
Then I set you up.
Get him.
All good.
All good.
Yeah. Silas will get a Butterfinger.
You get a Butterfinger.
Checks out with like an arm full of snack cakes.
Yeah.
Strong character
just
choice
ate
there.
noodles.
It's a Butterfinger.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, and
Get these back out around the camp. Like,
yeah, you get some of the best snacks that you can out of this convenience store, and as you're like walking out, that high fashion couple walks in. And,
So I'll pull Dexy aside as we walk in, and I was like, if these people call, we answer. I have a feeling this is Arasaka.
like the one eyebrow that comes up over the mirror shades.
I've been busy.
Apparently. Okay. I'll make a note of that for later.
This is Vinton not busy.
He's always busy.
yes,
Something.
yes, making contacts.
Plans.
Yeah.
Always making contacts. That's why Night City is dangerous, because like there's a group everywhere, and you're always making friends or enemies with all of them.
Vin's in the mode of protecting the family. Easiest way to protect the family, make all the friends.
Right. Yeah.
Or kill all the problems.
Right.
Those are his two modes.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. Well, anything else we got going on tonight, guys?
I'm good. Unless somebody wants to go back to a famous bar.
Dexy, you get a note that Curry Goat had kids.
Satisfied with this news.
Yes.
It's Curry Goat is still okay.
Yeah.
Everybody listened to me when I said, "Don't touch Curry Goat."
That's right.
Right?
Wait, we got more goats?
Yeah, you now have more goats. Yeah. We'll figure out how many kids and their names and everything later on as they become the untouchable lineage of goats for the Midnight Runners. Oh, good stuff. Okay, well, everybody at home, this is all I have. Okay, cool. Just making sure one last time. Welcome, Chapter 3. We're gonna get in it. We're gonna get stuck in here at Night City and have a good old time here. I got nothing else. Catch us on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this coming week, because we got something each one of those nights, and it's gonna be really, really great.
And then when you least expect it,
Right?
Rich will also be streaming.
That's right. When you least expect
Yes.
it, Rich will be on cam doing
Like
whatever
the
Rich wants to
Spanish
do.
Inquisition when you least expect it.
That's right. Well, let's raid somebody. How about that? I love raiding people with our
Womble-tastic.
Womble Tasket. Fantastic.
Playing some
Elder
modded
Scrolls.
Skyrim, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
modded Skyrim.
Heck yeah. All right, so Womble is in our Jabroni crew. If y'all don't know, Jabroni TV is a collection of really friendly streamers and gamers and all that kind of stuff. They've given us.
Dude, he has the greatest voice in the world.
I know, it's so good. It's
Let's
so good.
join. It is so awesome to listen to him.
Yeah. So we're gonna raid Wombletastic. The Jabronis in general are just really chill people. They've listed us on their site and all that good stuff. We're like satellite friends of or members of or what have you. Just being chill with them and loving them. So we're gonna send some love over to Wombletastic. Make sure you show up and do some emotes. Drop some emotes in his chat and give him some love.
Give him a dab. Give him David dab.
Give him a David dab. I have Fear Face now too. I don't know if y'all have
Oh.
access to Fear Face, but that's a good one too.
Yes, I love Fear
Yeah,
Face.
I also made a squished version because maybe that's why it's afraid.
Yes, it's getting squished. I love it. I love it. Getting squeezed.
Drop that in chat.
There it is. Oh, look at that squishy. Awesome.
Oh, the squishy.
Yes. Okay, everybody, it's been a blasty blast. As always, have fun and play well.
I like the sunglasses. May all your rolls be crits.
Yay.
God.
Yes. Oh, hitting the button in 3, 2, 1. Oh God. There it is. Awesome. We're out.